Lower dunk.
Oh, for fuck's sake, Kiryu, you left bodies all over the ground again.
I'm gonna edit that out. Can't open the episode with what the third word being
That's
fuck.
the only rule, is the first few minutes.
That's the cold open. Hello! Welcome back to Lore Dump.
Sure.
The show where we take somebody who has not experienced a video game or video game franchise and we walk them through, drag them through? No, it's not dragging this time. You guys like this one.
Really enjoying this one. Yeah.
We lovingly canoe them through the lore. I don't know why canoe. I think I was going for gondola in my mind.
Who are you?
I am your gondolier, Chase, and I am joined by...
Monty Xander, who's holding on for dear life.
And...
Neil.
who is also here.
I'm here. At least in body.
Oh, and we're back for some more Yakuza Kiwami 1 shenanigans. So we covered, chapters 1 through 7 in our part 1. Do y'all want to recap on where we're at so far?
Okay, quick recap.
Yep.
Actually, quick recap this time, without any interruptions. So Kiwami 1 is a lot of fun. Kiryu has a little girl called Haruka, who is the daughter of a woman called Mizuki, who is presumably dead, but we're not certain. Oh no, dead. Yes, sorry, dead. Because Nishiki.
Story.
Sorry. Okay. Kiryu and Nishiki are best friends, but time has passed. Kiryu went to jail, and now Nishiki has become a baddie for tragic backstory reasons that I'm presumably they will cover in this side as well. Because of all of those shenanigans, certain people have been getting killed off, like Sarah, who was a character from Yakuza 0. Dojima's dead, a character from Yakuza 0. Nishiki's organising all of that, but now Kiryu has found a little girl called Haruka, who is effectively his orphan sister's actual blood sister's daughter, who is 8 years old, and she's got a little pendant around her which holds the key to 10 billion yen, I think it was. Like a lot of money. We're kind of doing the Yakuza 0 plot again, but this one's more interesting. That's honestly kind of it. Right? Oh, and Majima's everywhere.
Yeah, Majima is everywhere.
When we left off, Nishiki and Kiryu, after this 10-year gap, had finally sat down together and had a conversation, and Nishiki was basically like, look, stay the hell out of my way. I will find that girl and her little dog too, and I will use the pendant to get the money. And yeah, we're just kind of dealing with, this is proper Yakuza stuff, and we don't really know what Kiryu's next plan was.
That was our big cliffhanger.
Big cliffhanger.
Kiryu's got a choice to make here. What's he gonna do?
I don't know. Probably go find Majima.
I don't think he's got any choice.
Well, is it finding, bumping into...
Just wait 5 minutes. Yeah.
Probably somewhere.
Do it. Chapter 8, the scheme. I just want to know what happens next. I don't want to dick about here.
Chapter 8, the scheme.
Oh, is that your Scots?
Was that Scottish?
It was horrible, wasn't it?
Christ.
I need to try every once in a while to make sure that people know that I live here.
Chapter 8, the scheme.
Chapter 8, the scheme.
You sound like the TikTok voice.
I mean, TikTok, hit me up if you want a new voice. We haven't banned you here yet. So,
Nishiki has unalived so many people.
oh, a nice little cold open. Nishiki sits at his desk as Matsushige enters. He tosses a paper bag onto the desk. Wads of cash fall out. Today's pull. Nishiki looks dejected. Good job. Hey, how about a little gratitude, eh? As of today, you have enough, eh? Nishiki continues to sit, head leaned on his crossed hands. So I do. I'm in your debt. Mitsushige laughs, saying that that's all he wanted to hear. Not every day you pull in a haul like this, and they have this debt-ridden gambling scum of a doctor to thank for it. He pulls a business card from his coat. Seems he suddenly came up with all the money he needed to settle accounts. Hearing how much they'd got off this doctor, Nishiki quickly grabs the card. It's his sister's doctor, using the money that he'd been paying back for her operation. He rushes to the hospital, bursting in the doors of the doctor's office. But it's empty. Already packed and cleaned out. Nishiki leaves the hospital, stumbling. We hear the voices of nurses in his head saying how the doctor suddenly just up and resigned. Literally ran from the building. He falls to his knees. That piece of shit watched him grovel on his hands and knees. He practically killed himself to get the money, and now this? He slams his fist on the ground. Yuko doesn't have any time left. Tears fall as he screams into the night.
Oh.
Do we think this is Dr. Emoto?
No, it's not. We have seen the face of the doctor.
Oh, we both shared a look there and both looked at our notepads thinking this was a moto, yeah.
No. I believe it is the same hospital, but no, it's not the same doctor.
Okay.
We have seen the face of this doctor. This doctor's a little toady man. Emoto is quite hot.
Yes. Silver fox.
Model doctor. Back in the present, knowing the cops are headed there, Kiryu goes to lay low at Stardust. Walks past a trash can, some weird stuff happens in the meantime.
Everybody it is. Go to Majima in a trash can.
He's just kind of in a trash can.
Got you now, Kiryu-chan. This one'll work for sure.
So he heads over to Stardust. And while there, he hears that Kazuki's having a bit of an issue. They're losing customers, but it seems a bit fishy. The other day, Yu was out getting customers when a regular passed him by. He asked why she hadn't been in recently, and he told her that she'd found a much better place to meet men. Much better than a host club. Seems Kamurocho's ever-evolving club and nightlife scene is making a move. But since all the hosts' faces are plastered in their advertising, they can't exactly stealthily check it out. Time for Kiryu to return some favors. Kiryu learns from the girls at the club that these parties, where they're all going to, are held at Club Debola. They're also invite only. He goes to head to Debola to find a way in, as a woman approaches him, saying that she can get him into the parties. She can't find a deep connection with these hosts, but at these parties, you can make a deep connection. She tells Kiryu that she'll be waiting for him at Debola.
Okay. So Kiryu is not having to make a choice on his next move right now. He's just
things are happening around him.
For a bit.
Yeah.
While he's headed over, though, he gets a phone call from Majima's Captain Nishida.
Oh.
Says Majima's in a real foul mood, and he might come swinging at Kiryu with his bat if he sees him. Which...
What's the difference?
Who knows? But anyway, he's over at the batting center, so avoid that place.
Okay.
Advice that obviously Kiryu does not take, because Kiryu loves playing baseball. So Kiryu heads over for a few rounds. Now he leaves to find Majima in the lobby, fuming that Kiryu's there. This is his special place to blow off steam. It's special to him. So don't just think that you can stroll in here without his permission.
Boundaries are important in a relationship.
Exactly. Majima doesn't want to fight, though. Just wants Kiryu to get the fuck out. Kiryu likes baseball, though. And he has his own special memories here with his betrayal brother, Nishiki. So I guess Kiryu's going to be the antagonist for once. He bats around Majima's balls a little bit.
Oh.
Majima admits defeat, saying that Kiryu's punches reminded him of him. Not a Kiryu's concern, though. But what memories does he even have here? Kiryu thinks back on hitting balls here with Nishiki. A sentiment Majima can understand, and he backs down. Besides, fighting Kiryu-chan always puts him in a good mood.
Well, who's the him that Majima's referring to? Is that a Yakuza 0 thing?
It's so at least going off Yakuza 1, you wouldn't know. Going off Yakuza 0, remember there was Saejima.
Oh, his old brother.
12 count Saejima, who was the...
That really did not go anywhere in the end.
No, it was just a story. It was just a kind of parable for Majima to remember in future, wasn't it?
Do those two characters ever meet?
Oh, Saejima's just in jail.
Oh, he's not out of jail yet.
Saejima is a later game character they brought in for Yakuza 0.
I see.
He's part of Majima's backstory, but we don't actually properly get anything from him until a later Yakuza game.
Okay, so we'll meet him later.
So they've finished playing with each other's testicles, and
I'm sorry, they're what?
They're beating each other's balls.
No, they're batting each other's balls.
Sorry.
Jesus,
Oh,
please.
God. My bad.
You filthy, filthy boys.
right.
I'm trying to keep a wholesome Christian show here. God. Anyway, Debola, yeah? So Kiryu heads over, where everyone's having a great fucking time. They're all having a party, and he talks to several people who they say they found their love here. And it was worth every cent of the introduction fee. Man, the guru really knows what's what. The guru, you may ask.
Is this a cult?
Please ask.
Sorry, the guru?
Oh, well, the host of the party, of course. And when you
party?
meet him, you'll realize how truly insignificant your existence is.
This is just Kiryu joins a cult. That's how we're opening.
Seeing that everyone seems to have really found love.
Where's the plot?
Like, everybody's really found love here, but what's up with this guru? Now,
What's up with this guru?
Kiryu happens to overhear Tomoko, one of the people he came to follow, talking to a man with a bead necklace, saying that the guru will introduce her to a stud once she pays the tithe, introduction fee. She happily forks over 200,000 yen. Glory be! Now that's the spirit, Sister Tomoko. The man cheers. With such an offering, our guru will be pleased to commune your opportunity to achieve eternal bliss.
This was literally a cult last year in the news, wasn't it? That their whole thing was like, we'll find your one soulmate in the world.
I watched the Netflix documentary on them. It's burning.
They're still going, aren't they? It's a very active thing.
Kiryu follows them to the balcony where the guru is waiting, giving her an odd little dance and greeting, saying that his disciples filled her in on the details.
Chase is doing the dance, and it looks a lot like the Virgin dance.
It is very akin to the Virgin dance, to be fair.
Parallels.
Yeah.
This is Guru Munen Yazawa.
Got you. So Guru Munan Yazawa on the left-hand side here, dressed all in grey, wearing beads. Doesn't quite look like the sort of guru I was expecting. I was expecting
He's a love guru. He's going to find you your soulmate.
I was expecting more of a Charles Manson figure, but I guess not.
If you weren't already engaged, he would find you your nubuses. You're not engaged. You're married, but you know what I mean.
Yes.
I was looking at Neil while I was talking to you.
Your notices.
I'll bear him in mind,
Just in case things don't work out.
Ha ha ha, muchacho! No need to be nervous. We are all friends under the same light. He offers her a drink to toast their meeting. Cheers! Shore pipi! Shore pipi! Tomoko drinks and suddenly feels a hot sensation.
Oh, it's drugs.
The guru asks how's she feeling. I feel so good.
Oh, no.
Praising her aptitude, the guru walks someone in, saying that he's her match. He's not bad looking, but nothing compared to the Stardust hosts. Why is she dropped in for the Stardust hosts for him? The guru tells the man that the seeds of his numerous contributions have finally blossomed into this beautiful fruit, Tomoko. He tells the guru that if that much got him a girl like this, his checkbook is open. He is truly the path to true connection.
I don't know what to do with any of this information. What is happening? Kiryu, beat up the cult man and go find Nishiki.
The men toast with Guru Munan Yazawa saying how fortuitous it is to have two new disciples join their flock. Once, their order had many disciples, but then the battle of Goramajima extinguished their guiding. I briefly mentioned that there was a plot, a quest in Yakuza 0 that I skipped over. Remember when I said that that Majima was helping the mom with her daughter who was in the pajama party thing?
Yes.
Yeah. The Battle of Goramajima.
Oh, right.
So they worship Majima.
No. The Battle of Goramajima was when the flock was destroyed.
Right.
And they're rebuilding.
Right.
He extinguished their guiding light and his master, the prior guru, who was captured and detained. But he never lost faith. He's going to revive the order. All to welcome back his master, Guru Munin Suzuki.
Okay.
He cackles, looking at his magical little potion, saying that if he continues to create faithful couples and indoctrinate their children to breed a new generation of friends...
Oh my god. Jesus fucking Christ.
Their order will develop even greater than before.
This is a great time to tell everybody that a Cult of Neil t-shirts will be coming soon.
I wish that I had included the Yakuza 0 quest because this is so tame compared to the Yakuza 0 quest.
I don't like this.
Kiryu's seen enough and comes out of his hiding to Tomoko. Seeing him seems to break her spell, with her finally seeing her match and saying that she'd rather date a pork chop. They turn on the guru, who shouts at Kiryu for getting in the way of Shore Pipi. and then he beats up the culties.
Yay! Kill the culties.
No, he doesn't kill him, he just beats him up.
Oh, just beat them up.
Kiryu
sorry.
doesn't kill.
That's
Kiryu does not kill.
Sorry.
Famously.
He deprograms with his fists.
Kiryu scolds the guru, saying that even if the people were truly grateful for the matchmaking, it was being built on a financial transaction, and that just isn't the right way. But no! The debased fools must be chastened by the order's guiding light. Such is his sacred duty. For a guy with so
Oh,
much...
this guy's making some points. Now I'm hearing it. Yeah.
Stop it.
But for a guy with this much charisma, how is he so stupid? Doesn't he realize that a gift like this could be used to help society instead of it bringing it down with all this crap? The guru looks down, realizing the truth of Kiryu's words. He's been deprogrammed by Kiryu's words. And he leaves.
Okay.
Kiryu heads to Stardust, reporting on the cult and how they won't be bothering business anymore. Capitalism wins again. They laugh about how surely Kiryu must have found a couple women at the party, but nah. Meanwhile, from the shadows of the door, Tomoko peeks her head out. Oh, Kiryu-san, I found my man, all thanks to my dedicated Shorepipi.
Good.
Cool. Anyhow, Kiryu leaves Stardust and starts walking through the streets. While he does, he hears a hushed whisper around him. West Park is in flames. An explosion?
Oh no.
Kiryu rushes over to find the park, but on the way he's stopped by a man in the street asking if he could go for a drink. There's open seats at a bar nearby.
No, the park's on fire.
The park's on
Nah,
fire.
there's been an explosion at the park. Chase, no, there's been an explosion at the park.
I mean, Kiryu's not interested.
Chase!
Come on, 5 feet.
But the man keeps hounding him, literally begging on his hands and knees
Oh, well, to be fair, if he asked a couple of times.
until Kiryu just needs to go drink. So Kiryu heads into Bantam, which
No, he doesn't.
clearly is not a very...
Flame. The Camarocho lies in flames.
It's just a pillar of smoke as they're drinking.
And well, he sits down. And the bartender comes over and offers him a drink.
Right. Oh, this one's called the Lord of the Night. That's very fun.
I don't like that I switched that while you got up to go do...
I don't know the part now, but they used to call me the Lord of the Night. I was the gold standard.
Majima. Kiryu goes to leave, but Majima sits him the fuck down. He should be grateful getting the Lord of the Night serving him some fine drinks.
I actually think that's totally reasonable. He's right there.
If Majima sold cocktail masterclasses, I would be there straight away.
100%.
Yeah, day one.
Majima serves him up a Goro, aged 40 years. Kiryu's not heard of it, and I mean, new face in the market, only came up last year. Got a real smoky texture, but it's still slightly sweet, and it goes down easy.
I bet you do.
Yeah, with his cock.
Sick! I can't!
Imagine a favorite. It's a real Majima favorite for beginners, or when you just need to drink and run. Kiryu loves it. Real classy taste, and he decides to go for one more. Majima serves him a Mazima, which is definitely not a suspicious brand, but rather a fine drink with a rich taste and almost mysterious charm about it that makes you want to just have another glass before you finish the first.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Is he about to is he drugging us? I mean, what?
Oh, but
No, he's
that
getting
one-
us drunk.
But that one packs a punch. Now, Kiryu's surprised the drinks are actually as good as they are coming from someone like Majima of all people. But why would you ever think that? Majima is a customer service professional. Anyway, Kiryu had better probably get to, the Burning West Park. So he asks what his bill is. And Majima does some quick calculations, carry the one, yada yada, and it's going to run him 560,000 yen. Great value, eh? Normally would have run you 5.6 mil, but, the friends and family discount and all that.
Wait, is Kiryu friend or family to Majima? How is he categorizing him?
I hope we pay him.
He's friends with benefits. Now, Kiryu obviously refused to pay, but Majima won't stand for these baseless accusations that he swindled a customer. Him? He'd never. The customer is king. He invites Kiryu outside for some payment. Now, the tab being paid in blood, Majima laughs that it was all really the cheap shit the whole time. Guzzling that gutter piss and acting all debonair about it. Throwing around words like classy about some bottom shelf hobo juice. Majima almost lost it a couple times, but at at least he was entertained.
I love this man. I love him so much. He is the greatest character in video games. I'm still miffed that we didn't get to experience their first meeting, but this is stellar.
It's making up for it. Back on track, Kiryu heads over and finally reaches West Park, where he finds it. It's surrounded on all sides with fire trucks. Smoke is billowing from inside the park, and he pushes through the crowd to rush inside.
Shame it took him 2 hours to get here, right?
Yeah.
He rushes to the shelter, calling for Haruka, but she's not there. Instead, he finds Date and the florist, who apologizes, saying that he never thought they'd get this far. They flash back to an hour ago.
Just as he was heading in the bar.
It makes it even worse that I know it's Majima everywhere, so really, like, you're not even in control of this. But, like, it makes it even worse that Haruka is just in this park while it's on fire. His, like, adopted daughter.
Yeah.
To be fair, I did very much put that one there on purpose, just for you. Just for you.
Yeah, sure. Right, what does he do?
Well, I need to make sure that at least every 5 slides had a Majima. I think I'm doing pretty good so far. Yeah. But, so they flash back to an hour ago. Kiryu's getting wasted, and Haruka is alone wandering the camp. Date comes up to her as she tells him that she shouldn't be there. She likes Kiryu, but she's only causing him danger. So she'll go away.
This is exactly the same as last time.
Yeah.
Besides, her mom's already gone. Oh. Before she can continue the thought, though, the public bathroom behind her explodes, and punks rush out of the explosion with iron pipes, slamming down anyone they can get close to. Date tries to usher Haruka to safety, but a punk comes in, knocking him out because Date is fucking useless.
Yeah, very much so.
I joke. Date is best boy and I love him. By the time that he came to, they were gone. Seems that it was a local gang who occasionally do some dirty work for the Yakuza. They're split into 3 groups, red, white, and blue. But the purgatory system is down, so the florist doesn't know which one did the job.
Oh.
Kiryu heads out to try them all then. Blue and white busts. But Kiryu at least learns, while interrogating White's leader, that the Bloody Eye Red Gang should know where Haruka is, and they're at Debola, which Kiryu was just at, and he didn't see them, but oh well.
Annoying.
As he heads over, Date calls, saying that the station's gone fishy. Division 1's taken on a case involving Haruka. Someone outside the Tojo reported her as a kidnapping victim. They need to get to Haruka first. Kiryu finds Red Gang at Debola, saying that they'd better give him Haruka before he massacres them. He leaves the dance floor flooded with bodies, slamming their leader's head on the DJ stand and demanding to know. Wait, we were paid. Who paid you? He says nothing. Slam! Lao Kalong of the Snake Flower Triad. She's with him in Chinatown. Kiryu hears the name Lao Kalong and grimaces. We flash back.
What were they called? The snake?
The Snake Flower Triad.
Chinese, then.
Chinese, yeah. So we flash back. Kiryu is tied up in a torture chamber as a man runs a razor blade along his chest. Kiryu is struggling to stay conscious. Lao-san. What the? Lao Ka-long enters the room, saying that he put something in Kiryu's drink. Do all the dojo think they're the triads equal? 20 million for a fake passport. He throws the passports at Kiryu's feet. This only proves you have no respect for us. So Kiryu will be a message. He walks out, a man grabbing a spike from the nearby table filled with instruments of torture. He walks up to Kiryu, slowly pushing the instrument through the skin into his shoulder. It goes on for hours. More cuts. More needles. The man grabs a scalpel from the table, bringing it up close to Kiryu's eye, ready to give him the Majima treatment. But before he can, though, a gunshot. He spins...
What's happened there, listeners, is there's a Majima slide that I'm assuming is in the wrong place.
The chase wasn't expected.
Majima is everywhere! Majima is actually, in this very tense moment, he's looking in the window of the torture center and watching with giddy eyes as Kiryu gets tortured. Although, actually, I'm 99% sure that is the one where you go into a convenience store and you're looking at porno mags.
Right.
And then Majima looks in and he's like, "What you looking at, Kiryu-chan, you perv?"
I mean, yeah.
Yeah,
But-
good for you, Majima. Anyway, back to the torture.
Back to the torture.
When is this happening?
Sometime in the past.
Between the events of
80s,
Zero-
90s?
Assumedly, well, between 0 and 1.
Okay.
Sometime during Kiryu's main stint with Dojima. Dude has a scalpel to Majima's eyes when suddenly a gunshot. He spins around and Kazama is at the door, dual pistols in hand. The man pushes a cart at him, but he leaps into the air, firing off shot after shot at the man.
Kazama is matrixing, kind of walking through the air, shooting his guns.
Kazuma's old, and he's got a bunk knee.
I think he's 50, right?
So,
Yeah.
he raises his guns, shooting both the chains, holding Kiryu. So Kiryu's chained up to the wall, and he's pew, 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 and just shoots the chains down before he falls to his knee, and his leg is bleeding badly. We love it synchronized. It's nothing. I can sacrifice a leg or two for you. Kiryu apologizes, but Kazuma laughs it off, saying that there's no use staying here. And then he helps Kiryu to safety. We return to the present. That man has Haruka. They need to hurry. So to make one thing clear about the Snake Flower Triad here, I would like to make it clear because we had a group of Chinese immigrants in Little China.
Yeah.
Back in Yakuza 0.
Yeah.
It's a separate group. The Snake Flower is a triad from the mainland.
Okay.
So this is a mainland gang. But still, obviously, at odds with Kazuma. For reasons.
Kazuma's at odds with everybody, and also, he wasn't very nice to the Chinese people years ago. Different group, but I'm sure it carries.
Kiryu runs to Purgatory to touch base with Date, telling him that Haruka is now in Yokohama, which... This isn't for YouTube, but for any of the listeners, I fully didn't realize until doing this that this is a thing from later. But that's spoilers. I don't make connections. Anyway, they prepare to head out. Meanwhile, we see Lao Kalong meeting with Shimano! Yay!
Really hope Shimano dies in this game. I don't like Shimano.
Seems that capturing her was their ticket to the bargaining table. Shimano offers the Snake Flower Triad $3 billion. 7 to yourself, Shimano. Hardly seems fair. But no. They'll only take 5. As for the other 2, a man walks into the door.
Okay.
The Omi Alliance Chief of Staff, Terada.
Okay.
The very man who tipped Nishiki off to the theft in the first place, starting this war.
Oh yeah, Terada Nishiki. I've got that. Yeah.
And we knew from the first game that Shimano had this link with Omi through...
Well, do remember that at the end of Yakuza 0, Shimano shot the Omi chief in the head.
But he was meeting with them.
He was.
Yeah.
So clearly they never knew that he was the one who assassinated their leader.
Cool.
Which feels wild. They'd never be able to find that out, but sure.
Yeah.
But Shimano laughs, saying how that bonehead Nishikiyama still hasn't learned the real terror of being Yakuza. Ain't about to be outfoxed by some slick punk 20 years his junior.
I feel like Shimano just sits and he wakes up in the morning, he has his breakfast, he has his coffee, and he just kind of counts the minutes until somebody can enter the room so he can monologue at them. Any time, he's like, oh, let me tell you the real Yakuza story. Let me tell you what it really takes to be a Yakuza. Shut up, mate. It's the same 3 things on repeat with you. Give it a rest. Fucking hate Shimano. Sorry, continue.
End of chapter.
Oh, wow, okay. Feel like that would feel... Okay, I feel like Terada and Shimano meeting is supposed to feel like a big reveal, but it's not really right.
Well, it's not really meeting so much as it is... clearly Shimano has been working with Terada this whole time.
Right, okay.
Because it was Shimano who just brought Terada to this table.
Cool.
But they're all in on it to try and split the 10 bill.
Yeah, exactly.
Cool. Okay.
Chapter 9, The Rescue. Which does not have a cold open.
Ooh.
First chapter of that one. Date and Kiryu make for Yokohama, musing over how they never expected the Triad to get involved. Date tries to assure him that the Triad has no reason to harm Haruka, they only want the pendant. Kiryu tells him that this 9-year-old came to one of the most dangerous cities in Japan, with only a driving motive of finding her mom that she never even met. Him hearing that she tried to distance herself to protect him reminded him of his own feelings of standing by his actions to protect what he valued most. He thinks back to covering for Nishiki. Maybe he was just running away because he couldn't watch his fate dealt his hand to Nishiki. He lacked the courage to see that through. Thought he'd won by changing fate by force, but in the back of his mind, he knew that he should have fought back against fate. A man desperate to protect what he values most should be able to overcome anything. Haruka's out there fighting for the fate that she's been dealt as hard as she can, and Kiryu will put his life on the line for her.
Yeah.
We arrive to Yokohama's Chinatown, to an ornate Chinese restaurant that the Triad uses as their HQ. This is also I'm not sure what this is, but every single time there is a Chinese gang in this series, they are always out of a Chinese restaurant.
You mentioned this last time, so that's already 2 for 2, yeah.
It is every other time that we ever see them. I cannot think of an instance in which we see a Chinese gang that is not based out of a Chinese restaurant.
I mean, I don't know anything about the period or anything, but maybe it's just historically that is just a very common cover for them.
I have no clue.
It's like laundromats for the mafia.
Oh, they're always going to say Italian restaurants. They're always fucking eating at an Italian restaurant.
I don't know. I just think it's interesting.
Restaurants are just generally easier to cover your tax stuff because staff get paid.
Cash heavy business, late night hours.
Yeah.
Great food.
Great food, most importantly.
Great food.
Yeah.
I could go for some Chinese food. I went to a great restaurant in London, Chinatown, when I was last down there for a show. I fucking love authentic Chinese food.
Peking duck.
I did, and I did not realize how big it would be. I got my half duck, and it was like that big, and I'm sat there like, this is so good. But oh my god, because I got that in like 2 sides, and then also dessert buns. I'm like, too much.
Yeah.
But it fucking tasted good. Anyhow,
Kiryu.
Kiryu tells Date to keep looking into the open case surrounding Haruka. Wait. Kiryu, you're not going alone in there, right? Kiryu looks over at Date, telling him that he hates to say it, but Date's just going to get in his way.
Yeah. Give that shit father a slap of reality. Like, let's give him his medicine.
Kiryu heads in, the maitre d' asking if it's a table of 1. Kiryu tells him to tell Lao Ka Long that Kazuma's here to see him.
It's my first day. I don't know who that is. I get paid minimum wage. I don't. Is that the owner? I don't know the owner.
Well, I mean, the maitre d' hasn't really heard of anybody else by the name. And oh shit, the man at the front desk pulled out a machine gun! He's shooting at Kiryu! Kiryu, who famously does not kill anyone, please keep that in mind, grabs the maitre d', using him as a meat shield against the onslaught of machine gun fire!
You completely transitioned into sports commentator there. It was like I'm watching a footballer run down the pitch with the ball at his feet. Stellar. Yes, Kiryu.
This is worse than him killing like another member of a gang, because this is presumably just a service industry worker. But he didn't kill him. All those bullets he put him in the way of killed him.
Yeah.
The man at the front desk goes to reload, and Kiryu hurls the maitre d's corpse at him.
No, he doesn't.
Bullets whiz around the room as the crowd of customers scramble, screaming. A stray bullet hits the chandelier, which falls phantom style into the center table. A number of men with sabers accumulate at the stairs. What an entrance!
Goal! Really good. Yeah, Kiryu, go on. You sacrificed that waiter.
I feel like it's implied that all of the workers here are also members of the Snake Flower. So
sure,
better be a strong implication for him to have got it in the first few seconds.
Hopefully not a generic service worker.
I hope to my core that Haruka is in fact here, or else, like this bloodshed is for nothing. Yeah. Okay, next.
Kiryu fights his way through the restaurant, through the dining halls, into the kitchen. He beats up the chefs, steals their soup, puts their heads on the stove.
Right, there's no way the chefs have enough time to be in organized crime as well.
To be fair, the chefs do all immediately come at Kiryu with sabers.
Well, I mean, they've just seen him, like, throw the dead body of their colleague.
Yeah.
You know.
And so they had readily available sabers?
How do you know they weren't for kitchen prep?
Yeah.
You know?
A pretty big kitchen prep knife.
No.
Eventually, Kiryu makes it to the office of Lao Ka Long. who does have Haruka here tied up and gagged.
Okay, in which case, everyone here complicit to the kidnapping of a child, including the maitre d'.
Especially the maitre d'.
Kill the maitre d'!
Is the kitchen porter in on it? Do you know what I mean? Like, is the... Yeah. He's out the back with his headphones in, having a smoke.
His first break of the day. Oh, mate.
Oh, sorry, buddy. I'm now going to need you to do a double tomorrow. Our staff were all burned to death. By a Yakuza.
A Japanese man ran in and just bludgeoned our people.
He tells Kiryu about his business agreement with Shimano, and sure, he's after the 10 billion, but no one seems to understand the true value of Haruka. Not even Shimano. Japanese Yakuza, not very smart. He has already sold the pendant to Nishikiyama. He doesn't have a need for the pendant. He doesn't care.
Oh, Nishiki has the pendant now. Okay.
Seems Shimano was too cheap to bite. No. They never wanted the pendant. The snake flower wanted Haruka specifically. But that's enough talk. A man throws a long metal-bladed polearm down to Lao Ka Long, who catches it, spinning it about himself before assuming a battle pose, beckoning Kiryu on. I'll show you what it means to fear the Mafia. Kiryu manages, with great difficulty because Lao Ka Long's fucking hard, to take him down, untying Haruka, who hugs onto him, apologizing over and over for running away again. But their reunion is cut short as suddenly police swarm the room, guns trained on Kiryu. Kiryu Kazama, the voice of Division 1's Pseudo, as he enters.
Great, here we go.
You are under arrest for kidnapping.
If you tell me we go back to jail.
For another 10-year time jump.
Back at Police HQ, Date has Pseudo against the wall, kinky, demanding to know how this is kidnapping. He clearly saw what happened. Pseudo tells Date that it doesn't matter what he says, he's not going to release Kiryu. That's why Date, you were told to step back. Meanwhile, Kiryu's back in jail, but he's quickly joined by Haruka, who somehow managed to get into the jail.
Excuse me? What, jail cell? Or...
Well, I would assume this is just like a holding cell. He's not like in prison.
Right.
But yeah, Haruka somehow managed to get in. And she's like, it's my fault. I just wanted to stay with you, but I didn't want to put you in danger.
Oh, yeah, I love this kid. She's fucking brilliant.
Kiryu reaches a hand out, putting it on her head, saying how he could never think that it was her fault. Date arrives, saying sorry for how long it took him, but Date has the keys, somehow. Kiryu says how this is going to be bad for him as he goes to unlock the door. Yeah, it'll be bad all right. Too late now. Opens the door and lets him out.
Oh.
Good cop, Date. They drive off, Date saying that he was going to get canned either way sooner or later, but this case goes way deeper than they thought.
He pulls out
right to the top.
He pulls out one of the pins that the men who stormed Stardust were wearing. The pin belongs to an underground government organization of the Cabinet Office known as the MIA, the Ministry Intelligence Agency.
Okay. Government.
Government. The Japanese government.
So this is like...
Special Ops.
This does go right to the top.
This is Special Forces. This is like MI6 kind of.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now they handle all the government's shady dealings. And the man in charge, a member of the Diet with a background in law enforcement named Jingu. Although he doesn't yet know the connection to Haruka. There's one other tidbit as well. The body from Tokyo Bay, it wasn't Mizuki. Lab identified the body as somebody else. Haruka looks at Kiryu. So my mom is still... Kiryu takes her arm, telling her that no matter how dangerous this gets, he's going to protect her. Okay. She's going to see her mother. They continue driving, but two cars pull up behind them. Date looks in his rear view. Shit! He steps on the gas. It's the Snake Flower Triad. Date tosses Kiryu a gun, telling them that they need to hold him back. I'm getting deja vu, because Kiryu's about to go into some gun combat.
Oh my god, I loved this in Yakuza 0.
Kiryu hangs out the car window, firing at the men in the cars pulling up alongside them, causing their cars to veer off course and explode. Men are shot from their bikes. Men pull up in vans, toting machine guns. Suddenly, a deep honking as a semi-truck pulls up.
Oh, I've got a semi.
Do not cut that. Emblazoned with the symbol of a snake flower. It's covered in men. They're going all out. The men fire rocket launchers at the car, but Kiryu shoots the rockets out of the sky. Date screeches ahead of the truck. Kiryu taking aim and shooting the driver through the heart. Non-fatally, of course. The truck veers, grinding into the guardrails of the highway. Its fuel tank igniting, setting the truck ablaze as it flips over itself, exploding. What a clean getaway! End of chapter!
Wow.
And you never told me they did it all in Gossip Girl's car.
Yeah. XOXO. Sorry, everybody. The number plate has XOXO on the back. Yeah, it's very good. Cool. Okay. Next, we've rescued her. What have you put, Neil? What's
I
this?
finished my Kuze.
Oh, it was Kuze all along.
Oh, it was Kuze all along.
Let me tell you, if the final chapter of this game has Kuze from stepping out from behind a curtain and being like, Kiryu, it was me.
Kuze's in jail forever.
It's an ultimate revenge plot, Kiryu.
Nishiki sits in his office. A small monument in front of him for Yuko Nishikiyama. She didn't make it. Lightning flashes as Nishiki picks up a knife placed in front of the small grave, taking it in both hands, pointed at himself.
Oh.
Seppuku.
The door barges open, and Mitsushige comes in, saying how he's going to take some investment funds to expand the business. Nishiki doesn't say a word, causing Mitsushige to shout if he's even listening. He's doing him a favor, even telling him in the first place. Is he going to get his shit together or what? Can't even respond to me? Are you really that inept? Shit, your buddy Kiryu had more potential. Shit, I mean, what he did, it was bad and all, but even then, Nishiki's grip tightens around the knife in his hand as he stands facing Mitsushige. His mouth goes agape as Nishiki drives the blade deep into his stomach. Who'd you say was inept? Who did you say had less potential than Kiryu? He digs the knife deeper, twisting it. Mitsushige coughs up blood. Here's a gift you can bring to hell with you. The man who killed Dojima? It was me!
Oh.
He slashes the knife, carving a gap along the length of Mitsushige's stomach. His lifeless body falls to the floor, blood spraying from the wound,
Oh my god.
covering Nishiki as he stands over his fallen enemy.
We've got an image here, listeners, of Nishiki in a white shirt and trousers, covered in blood, eyes just wild, staring down at the body, just like fucking Patrick Bateman stuff.
Yeah, that is a man broken.
Yeah.
He tosses the knife down, looking at the blood on his hands, but his gaze remains strong, confident. He brings his hands to his face, using the blood to slick back his hair. What's the difference between killing one man or two? Yeah, that's right. My path was set in stone from the day I killed Dojima and abandoned Kiryu. I'll show everyone. I'll make it to the top. And to do that, I'll kill as many people as it takes.
Very good.
Chapter 10, Shape of Love.
Shape of Love. I like it.
Shape of Love. Slicked back hair Nishiki is the post-break point Nishiki. Mm-hmm. Or as I've been thinking, pre is Nishiki, slicked back is Nishikiyama.
Oh, okay, okay.
Evil one is
Yeah, he doesn't
Nishikiyama.
get a cute name anymore.
No, he lost it. Lost the privilege.
And also, you just while you're looking there, the way you phrased that, or the script phrased it about, I abandoned him, like, right away. It's a good point, because I raised earlier that, I wonder if he will have been turned against Kiryu over the years through his insecurity. However, right from day one, he never visited him in jail.
Yeah, it's
Like, from the start, he pretty much cut him off. So, there was always kind of a piece of shit maybe under the surface here. Bad guy.
Kiryu and Date continue their return to Kamurocho. Haruka is asleep in Kiryu's arms. Date tosses Kiryu his cell, telling him that Shinji left a message. Seems that he overheard a Nishikiyama family discussion. Nishiki's getting info that he shouldn't have from someone close to Kiryu. Be careful. Kiryu asks Date to take him to the florist. They head to the florist's maintenance room, where Kiryu tells Date that he realized something when Nishiki knew he was at Udabori's. And again, when Nishiki knew the secret of the pendant despite Mitsuki's body being a fake. The florist leans back in his chair. Here it is, Kiryu. Footage from Serena. Kiryu asks him to rewind it to 4 days ago. We see Kiryu leave with Date. The second they're out the door, Reina puts down her magazine, checking to make sure they're gone, and rushing to the phone.
Oh, she sold him out.
Telling someone where they'd gone.
Well, or perhaps to Nishiki, who's also her friend.
Yeah.
Because they were a little triangle of besties, weren't they? So.
But I mean, there's a little girl's life at stake here.
Agreed.
Yeah.
The florist turns to Kiryu. Remember the woman who came to him asking for Haruka? It was Reina. Seems it's time for a visit to Serena. But
No.
Kiryu's kind of feeling a bit iffy about finding out the truth. Maybe.
Neil is staring
Training with
daggers.
Komaki could help.
Oh.
And he has just the thing for us.
Okay.
See, he has a mysterious opponent that he met many years ago, far to the west. He has Hanya Man.
Oh, for fuck's sake, it's just Majima in a mask.
It's Hanya Man.
Oh, sorry, it took me too long to get that. Yes, it's Majima in a mask.
No, it's Hanya Man.
Why is your martial arts street tutor going along with this ruse?
Komaki met him many years ago far to the west, and he came to Kamurocho to do some sightseeing. So he brought him here to see the sights of the arena.
He did technically meet him to the west, right?
He did.
What's the other city called?
Sotenbori.
Don't try and write this to be... I mean, I love this. This is fun.
Kiryu comments on Hanyuman looking a bit familiar? But no. He's mistaken. Surely. Kiryu asks why Hanyuman isn't saying anything. Well, but obviously, Hanya-man is a man of action, not words.
Right.
Even Komaki had a hard time remembering what his voice really sounds like. Now, Kiryu throws down the Hanya-man and is taught the Komaki clear-minded mastery technique. That is, knowledge. He's given knowledge.
It's about time.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's got brains now.
This training against Hanyuman was for the mind. 'Tis knowledge that unveils itself only when you face an exceptionally powerful opponent. Like Hanyuman! You cannot win if you can't rise to meet an emergency, especially that one could show up anywhere, anytime, always watching. Kiryu leaves and Komaki talks to Hanyuman, saying that he senses great potential from Kiryu, even greater than that of Hanyuman himself, although it looks like he already had his eye on him.
Aww.
Long ago, Komaki had intended to take Hanyuman as his student and teach him all he knew, but life had other plans in mind, so he shall train Kiryu in his stead, making him stronger by far. Excellent. Kiryu comes back to Komaki shortly after, with an old man pulling a shotgun off his batch. Telling him to dodge all these bullets in the time limit, bitch! He has several further trainings for us, typically against one or more stupidly strong opponent, each time giving us another overpriced weapon for our arsenal. Ultimately, we reach the pinnacle, with Komaki himself stepping forward to face us, saying that he is yearned for this, guiding us for greater heights to give himself an even greater battle. Kiryu defeats the master, learning the final of his skills. Komaki tells Kiryu that a style is more than a martial art. It's a connection from master to student, a legacy more lasting than a tomb. Kiryu is his heir, an inheritor not of wealth, but of wisdom. He, for one, is satisfied that the school has a new master, thinking he's earned a long rest. In the Coliseum, he's gonna go fight a bitch! Bye! Komaki out!
What's the wisdom we were taught there? Is it just be ready for action at any time? Was that it?
My favorite one is the famously most overpowered skill in pretty much every Yakuza game called the Komaki Tiger Drop. Okay. Which is kind of like a reversal technique, and Kiryu makes a comment at one point of, can I really drop a tiger with this? And Komaki's like, I don't know. You should try it though.
Great.
Oh, we love Komaki.
So does Kiryu never learn that Hanya-man is in fact Goro Majima all along?
What?
It's not. It's Hanya Man.
Right. Okay.
He's a famous technique man. So anyway, they head to Serena and find the bar empty.
Oh no.
A note is waiting on the counter. A note of apology from Reina. She knows that Kiryu's found her out, but she was in love with Nishiki. wanted him to love her back.
Oh.
So did you not know that?
No. Did you ever get that reading?
Maybe they fancied.
Did you completely miss the thing at the start where Raina wanted him to buy her a ring?
Oh,
I just thought it was just like cheeky flirting, like between pals.
Well, it was instantly after the whole "you only get a ring from somebody you love" line.
Oh right, okay, yeah.
Okay, fair enough.
They also, to be fair, I've not been playing. They flirt quite a bit.
Okay.
But yeah, so she wanted Nishiki to love her back, so she did everything she could to make him happy. Much to her shame, she was a fool.
Okay.
Okay, sure. Yeah, okay.
It's a good enough reason to betray someone, I get it.
But meeting them made her remember what mattered, although too late. She wants to take responsibility for what she's done. Kiryu's phone rings. It's Shinji. He tells Kiryu that Reina was the mole. Yep. Keep it, my dude. That was like 6 bullet points ago. Yeah. But also, Reina called Nishiki to Serena and tried to shoot him.
Oh.
They finally take note of the copious bloodstains on the floor that are seemingly not from Kiryu's last rampage. Reina's on the run with Shinji near the Millennium Tower. Kiryu then follows the trail of blood through the streets of Kamurocho. He gets a call. It's Nishida. He wants to know if we know how to dance. So imagine wants to dance with us. And he needs us to go meet at Club Debola.
I already learned from Miracle Johnson 20 years ago.
You know Miracle Johnson, Majima.
Yeah, you ever see the fucking...
Which, for the first time, I have a note saying, Nishida, our friend is bleeding out. We're a bit busy here. We'll do that later. We'll get there.
Did you ever see the fucking Thriller music video? That was me, motherfucker.
I think this was the point where I got annoyed at the Majima everywhere in the cutscenes I was watching. I'm like, motherfucker, we better not be taking a detour. So Kiryu follows the trail of blood to a building where several injured Nishikiyama family members are outside saying how even alone they couldn't take out Lieutenant Shinji. But with the amount of blood on the streets, he must be in danger of bleeding out.
He's been softened up.
Kiryu gets periodic calls from Shinji updating him. One finally telling him that they are at an abandoned building behind the batting center. Kiryu heads there, getting another call that he's on the roof, but it's only a matter of time before they catch him. Please hurry. Kiryu rushes to the roof, finding a Nishikiyama family member on the way. He's on the phone, hearing that Sergeant Arase is coming to deal with this. The man's concerned. Seems that when Arase shows up, the guns are going to start blazing. They need to deal with this before he lights the place up. He arrives at the roof where a Nishikiyama man has Shinji cornered. He's on the ground, bleeding heavily, gun pointed at him. Kiryu tries to approach, but the man turns, shooting at his feet and telling him to stay back. He's already caused the family enough trouble. Kiryu asks, isn't he ashamed to turn his gun on Shinji? He outranks him. But that doesn't matter anymore. Shinji betrayed the patriarch, his family. And Nishiki's betraying the Tojo clan, so who's really the traitor? The man tells him to shut up, shooting at him, barely missing his ear. To them, the patriarch is absolute. The patriarch killer can't say shit. Kiryu tells him to go ahead and shoot then. He can shoot Shinji, but not him. The man aims his gun again, shaking. What are you waiting for? A voice asks. Fuck, it's Arase, Sergeant of the Nishikiyama family.
Right, this is a new character, isn't it, Chase? We haven't met this guy.
We have not met this guy. That's why you get to...
Where did we hear the name?
We haven't. A guy said it like 2 seconds ago, but outside of that.
Yeah, no, it does feel like we would know this guy, but no, fair enough. All right.
New guy. He's flanked by 2 men, one of them dragging the mangled corpse of Reina.
What?
Damn.
Kiryu sees that and flies into a rage, hammering Arase and the other men with every ounce of his strength, every ounce of his love for his friends. They don't stand a chance. He kneels next to Reina, closing her eyes and giving her a peaceful rest.
Jesus fucking
Before
Christ.
moving to Shinji, helping him to sit up. Shinji tries to apologize to Kiryu, telling him that Kazama is with his girl, Akemi. He's struggling to get out words. Sir, this is... He lifts his hand. In it is Yumi's ring. He hands it to Kiryu before his arm falls limp.
Damn.
Shinji. Kiryu shakes him. Shinji! Shinji!
Oh my god.
Good guy, Shinji. God, poor old Kiryu's got no one left apart from Majima following him around like fucking Gollum. He's got no one else.
He's got Kazama.
Kazuma's...
We don't care about Kazuma.
Kazuma treats him like a pawn on a chessboard.
Treats him great.
No, he's where is Kazama right now? Like, oh my
Bleeding
God,
out somewhere. He got shot to the heart.
He got shot in the shoulder.
shoulder, like fucking years ago. Last part.
Do you remember that dude in Yakuza 0 who got shot like 10 times?
Yeah.
At the massage parlor, and he was up and playing
about
cards
Lee.
5 minutes later. Lee.
He was fine. No, I'm astonished that Rain is dead. I thought she'd be here like.
I think
days.
I assumed because we knew that the bar was going to be there for every game that she would be as well, but I guess that was never a given.
Fucking hell. And Nishiki presumably is cool with that.
Seems he ordered it.
A hit on Reina.
Seems it.
He is well off. I mean, I knew we knew he was a baddie, but he's well off the deep end now. Don't know if he can come back from that.
Chapter 11, Honor and Humanity. Kiryu returns to the florist with Shinji in Reina's body, apologizing. He had no one else to bring them to. The florist understands, saying that he'll make sure that they get a proper funeral. They go to meet with Date, trying to figure out who Akemi is. Plenty of women with that name. She's a needle in a haystack. But recall that Shinji was an avid fan of adult entertainment. And over the past few years, he's been a regular customer of a certain soapland, the Shangri-La. Okay. And the number one girl there, Akemi.
Oh.
But this ain't your standard soapland, no siree. The whole building is the place you'd never know from the outside, and it costs a cool mill to get in. The place is staffed by
Excuse me?
The place is staffed by celebs and models, a playground for the rich and famous.
That's £10,000
Just to get in the door.
Yeah.
Wow, fair enough.
I mean,
Make your money somewhere.
if you want your soapy titties.
Bubble economy blew up.
Bubble, soapy.
Oh shit.
I thought you were doing that.
No, God, I wish that was good.
Haruka asks what a soapland is, and the men instantly become incredibly awkward.
I would have thought Kiryu would have been like, Kiryu, should we
challenge
go?
it.
Let's go.
wanna come? How to
Yeah. What
Kiryu's-
is child?
Kiryu's trying to find a way to explain. He's like, it's kind of like a bathhouse, or more like a sauna. He turns over to Date, like, begging with his...
Date says, don't turn to me for fathering advice.
That's really Dante's like, leave me the fuck out of this.
Hit her.
Don't talk to her for 10 years.
Haruka's like a public bath? Haruka asks, well, not exactly like that. Haruka's like, have you been to one, mister?
Just say yes. It is a public bath. You'll learn more when you're of age. Like, Christ.
Date leans in with a cigarette. Listen, kid, it's non-stop fucking sucking all the way from floor to ceiling.
Haruka laughs at Kiryu fumbling over himself, saying that she's been through this town long enough to know what it is. She's a little prankster.
It's so depressing.
Haruka does not need a parent.
I just want her to be allowed to be 8, you know?
She's 9.
9, sorry. You know, go and get her puppy back. Let's get her a fucking Tamagotchi or something. It's 2005, you know?
This is pure. This relationship between Kiryu and Haruka is pure. Like, I never taught you anything. It was you who taught me. But quite literally.
It's 2005. She could be playing Pokemon Leaf Green right now, canonically. That, like, come on.
Let's give her a childhood.
Yeah.
Anyway, to get into the Shangri-La, we'll need a membership card. And the best chance of getting those is through an old employee who now works at a cabaret club called Shine on Pink Street. Wait, cabaret clubs? I love those things.
Shut up.
And you know what I always think of when I think of cabaret club? That's right, it's time to go back to Club Debola.
Yay!
We head in to find Majima.
I thought we'd be going to Shangri-La.
He's in his
Majima's in his finest dancing clothes. He's grooving and moving with a crowd of adoring onlookers.
It's a Cinderella outfit.
He's got the dancing skills to pay the bills.
I just think he's living... I hope he's happy, because he's just living this incredible, like fucking Elton John or something. He's just walking around the street, he's dancing and everyone's adoring him.
We're gonna get to game 7 and he's getting tortured again or something, and it's like, remember the good days, the good times. And
Kiryu points at his outfit, telling him that it looks like he got into a fight with a disco ball, and it won. What? You don't recognize the threads of yesteryear's idols? Majima pulled the getup out of his closet from way back when he was living the high life, although... TBH, the flashy stuff ain't really popular anymore, so he kind of sticks out like a jackass. Anyway, Majima wants Kiryu to help him with a breaker battle. So, enter everyone's idol Goro reporting for duty.
Oh.
And And then he fights us in breaker style and he break dances us.
Amazing.
The crowd goes wild. They love this shit. Damn, Kiryu's so hot.
Gosh, this game would. Just think none of this is in the original release of this game. That is wild.
But Majima's fine. Kiryu asks if he pretended to lose, with him saying that, well, Kiryu is now, he's not out completely unscathed, but his energy is real.
Chase, you could have just sat us down and described everywhere Majima interaction, just one after the other, and this would have become the best Yakuza. Second, this is every Majima interaction is better than anything that happens in Yakuza 0. It's so good. This is so good. And it breaks my heart that like we don't get this again after now. I'm sure there'll be other cool shit, but this is amazing.
I think we do get it, we just don't get 100 of them.
That is basically
It's
it.
like the man has costume changes. Like, it's so good.
No one has been more committed to the drama.
He is the drama.
Yeah.
Anyway, Kiryu, feeling the strength of the master coursing through his veins, takes his own rest at a cabaret club. Well, that is to say that he gets his ass back on track.
Okay.
Right, good,
We're
yeah.
going to the Shangri-La.
He meets with the prior Shangri-La employee, Shinmei, to ask for her card. She's surprised that he knows about it, but she's willing to part with it in exchange for his assistance. She tells Kiryu that she's an illegal immigrant from China. She was almost caught by the police the other day, and she can't keep this up, but she also can't get deported. If she does, her little brother will be left alone to fend for himself.
Right, okay.
He's the son of her Japanese father and their mistress, but she cares for him all on her own. She tells Kiryu that there's a legendary forger who can create any fake counterfeit document one could want. If he can get a passport for her from the forger, the membership card is all his. He just needs to meet a contact named Ayaka-chan at Club Jewel on Chichifuki Street.
Okay.
And then what's the forger gonna want for this? And then, you know, you're gonna have to go and walk his cat. And, yeah.
Kiryu meets with Ayaka, asking her about the forger, but she plays dumb, saying she doesn't know him. Kiryu gets up to leave, her surprised by this, telling him to stay for a drink. The fun hasn't even begun. Kiryu apologizes, though, leaving the bar. Stopping by the mama to ask her for the check. Her telling him that he owes nothing. He didn't fucking order anything. Go fucking leave. Weirdo. As Kiryu gets outside, though, he sees a couple of shady men heading in and decides to follow them. They've surrounded Ayaka, swords drawn. They saw her at the park distributing passports. She tries to deny, but they tell her not to bullshit them and point the swords at her. Tell them where the forger is. Suddenly, a bottle smashes over the head of one of them. The mom of the bar is coming, just like battered this guy over the head with a bottle.
Good.
Ayaka grabs another bottle from the table and smashes it over the head of another man before running off with the bottle.
No, grab the cheap stuff. Use the cheap stuff, please.
Kiryu follows, finding the woman at public park number 3, surrounded by more men. Chinese triad, it would seem, angry that their counterfeiting business is in the red because of the forger. Oh, how will they make it up to him? Just killing them wouldn't pay them back. No. They'll chop him up, sell him as meat. Do they have a market for cannibals? Or are they just going to say that it's like beef?
Are you asking us?
Is this from you? Is this from Kiryu? I don't...
Well, the triad just said they were going to cut up the 2 girls and sell them as meat.
I would assume... I would assume Sweeney Todd style.
Yeah, just toss it to a meat market.
Yeah.
No one's going to question it.
Also, that sounds very similar to something that he and Majima were doing earlier.
What, tossing their meat?
I don't know.
That makes me wonder. Is any percentage of the meat that we consume human?
I don't know, Chase.
Were you in this country for the horse meat scandal?
I wasn't, but I'm aware of it.
Yeah, I think after then, we were probably some more stringent testing. For anyone that doesn't know, value meals in the UK in probably 2009, 2010, when we were at high school, it came out that stores like Iceland that sold value minced beef products, like a microwave lasagna, there was a trace amount of horse meat being used in the production, and that was the kind of main headline for a few weeks, was all sort of horse puns. But yeah,
It's a weird one where that's so scandalous here, but there are so many countries that just like eat horse as a normal thing.
yeah, 100%. Yeah, it's all relative, isn't it?
You just want to know what you're putting in your body, that's all.
That's true.
It was the main issue for a few weeks.
Yeah.
God, I got no reaction for that joke.
Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up.
Wait, sorry, could you say the joke again? I didn't get the pun.
You'll get it when you edit.
Kiryu gets between them, instantly recognized by one of the snake flower men. Oh, Yeah, you know that's an instant fight. Luckily, Kiryu eats snakes and flowers for brekkie.
Does he?
He does. See, they were gonna sell human meat, but luckily, Kiryu's a cannibal.
Sure, yeah.
Ayaka apologizes to Kiryu for deceiving him, saying that she had to vet him. She's happy to help with the passport, asking the mama if she can make it. The mama laughs, telling Kiryu to meet her at the bar. Kiryu heads back to the jewel where the forger, who is the mama, if that was not clear, the forger gives Kiryu the passport. Okay. She tells him that Kiryu that she knows about him, and also about how Kazama was shot. She doesn't know if that has anything to do with it, but Kazama hired her 5 years ago. He asked her to forge an entire person. Birth certificate, citizenship, diploma, passport, driver's license, medical record. She faked it all, and then got it filed in the public record. A flawless forgery. But that's all she can say, and she bids Kiryu adieu.
How long ago?
5 years.
So...
Yumi is Mizuki. Yeah. They are one and the same. It felt very random that suddenly, which means that Haruka is Yumi's daughter, but she went into hiding. They are the same person. Mizuki is an invention by Yumi. It's just it's so suspect, isn't it? We've not met this person. We've barely seen a photograph of her, except one painting that you pointed out in one studio apartment that just seems chucked up there. It's a complete invention. Yumi and Mizuki are the same.
We have seen more. I've just not personally put them up.
Fair enough, but I think if we ever do, it'll be
I like that a lot.
That's what I'm sitting on right now as a theory.
Big brain is wonderful.
Well, it was wrong with a lot of things in Yakuza 0, so we'll see how true this was.
Kiryu heads back to Shine, giving Shinmei her new passport. Sadly, though, she actually already gave her membership card away. She gave it to a man called Mizuno-san, who she used to live with. He should hopefully be willing to part with it if he tells him that she sent him. He's over at the Information Center, MEB, on Shichifuku Street. Kiryu heads over to the MEB, where Mizuno is surprised to learn that Shinmei is even still in town. He's hesitant to part with the card, but hearing Shinmei's plea tells Kiryu that he'll sell it to him for the low price of 500,000 yen. Half for what it goes for on the black market. As Kiryu heads off, he gets a text from Majima telling him that some weird guys are following him. He knows because he's always watching. And he's really worried about Kiryu. But don't sweat it. Majima boy has a plan. And he tells him to get in the taxi in front of the park. Now Kiryu gets in the taxi. And he's brought to a pier where Majima's waiting. Although it seems they didn't shake them in at all. In fact, oh no. Here comes a pack of goons right now.
Yes.
This doesn't feel like a Majima Everywhere moment. Is this a plot bit?
Technically both, kind of.
Okay.
I'll explain. They're ex-Dojima, and they waited 10 years to kill Kiryu. What a waste of life. But no one gets between Majima and his fisticuffs with Kiryu. So, Majima's in our time. It's time for a team battle.
I was just going to ask earlier, is there a chance we get to fight?
We've not had a single shirt come off yet. This isn't one of those times, is it?
No.
No, Shimano took his shirt off.
That's true.
I don't care about Shimano.
We got the hot sumo wrestler body.
I don't care about Shimano.
So they beat them back, but oh no! One reached up from the ground, gun aimed at Majima. He shoots, hitting Majima in the stomach, causing him to fall backwards into the bay.
Oh god.
Majima's sinking. So
Kiryu jumps in after him.
Yeah, Kiryu doesn't have time to worry about that, so he heads back to Kamurocho.
What? He doesn't, save Majima?
No, he just kind of lets him sink into this bay.
I mean, even Batman saves the Joker, whether or not you argue that that's a good thing. I mean,
that's too much effort.
He just goes home.
Kiryu's got better concerns.
Okay.
Bye!
the poor guy has spent a fucking small country's GDP over the last 2 weeks to put on essentially an immersive theatre for you, following you around a city. And you won't jump in for a swim to grab his hand.
Nah, clothes will get wet, innit?
True.
After he helped you in a fight. Oh, mate. God damn, Kiryu sucks. Hashtag kill Kiryu.
Yeah.
Sick of this
Majima
guy.
better be the villain the next game.
I feel like why does Majima care about this man? All this effort, all this work, all this love poured into this wank in his red shirt.
Yeah.
I would like to point out again, this is not technically a Majima Everywhere moment. This one is canonical required, mandatory.
Wow. That's fine. I get it. Majima keeps trying to kill him. I understand. But, save him.
So, Kiryu heads back to Purgatory. Seems Date has been summoned by the higher-ups. So, weird as it is, Kiryu needs to bring Haruka to the Shangri-La. Field trip to the sex house.
Why?
Because who's going to watch her?
Because it's a Yakuza game, Neil. Sorry.
Who's going to watch her? They head off, but not before... Wait, they see a man up on the roof of a building. A crowd is gathered below, telling him not to do something stupid. Mizuki-chan, I'm so sorry, he calls out into the void.
What?
Shit, they better stop him. They run up to the roof, trying to stop the man from jumping. There are times when it's better to just talk it out with somebody rather than carry it all by himself. The man pauses, telling us that he's racked up a great deal of debt with Mizuki-chan, one that he can't recover from. To be very clear, not the same Mizuki.
Oh, thank God, because I was staring at this going, oh my God, are we about to meet Mizuki? But fair enough, sorry.
No, separate Mizuki.
Okay.
They just wanted to confuse us. The only way that he can pay off his debt with Mizuki is through his life insurance. Sadly, it's not our Mizuki, but rather the #1 hostess of a club called Max Bomber. She's his dream girl. Kind, caring, especially to her parents. In fact, she goes to the hospital after work every day to care for her father who's in with a heart condition. That's why they promised to not contact each other outside of the club. Because he's busy at the hospital. No other reason. Kiryu's heard this song and dance before, asking how much he's paid. He bought her everything. Bags, clothing, jewelry, all kept nice and safe at her house where he can't see it. She's just too good for him. He's gonna jump. Akimoto-kun! A voice calls from between Kiryu and Haruka. It's Mizuki-chan.
Oh, okay.
He can't kill himself. Leave her alone. He's more precious to her than anything. And just before Christmas, he climbs back over the ledge, grabbing Mizuki-chan's hand, thanking her for keeping him. She's just so wonderful. I know, Teehee. And all I want in return is that special edition diamond ring I mentioned as a present. Oh, and a date. Your treat. The happy couple run off into the sunset, leaving Kiryu and Haruka very confused and done with their shit.
Yeah, me too.
I don't really know what the point of that side quest was. You didn't even get to fight anyone or do anything.
I'll be very real. The point of that side quest is that they appear in future games in main story content.
Oh, okay, right.
And again, they would not be introduced if you did not get that.
There's always a reason.
No, I was just curious, like, as a player, you just come by this interaction and just go, all right.
Yeah,
That's that
Oh,
cutscene over.
I absolutely skipped this one when I played Yakuza 1 and then got really confused in Yakuza 2.
Crazy. Okay.
Does remind me, do 2 and 3 have a Kiwami, or is it just 2?
2 has a Kiwami. 3, they have confirmed a Kiwami is in the works,
Okay.
but it won't be the next game. It's coming on an unknown timeline, but it will be coming.
Got ya.
We'll talk about that more when we actually get to Yakuza 3, though. So, they head over, and they arrive at the Shangri-La, a massive Chinese-style building standing dominant around its surroundings. They flash the membership card and are quickly escorted inside. The desk man tries to stop Kiryu from bringing a child in, but he again pulls the "it's a field trip" card.
Oh, it's a strong card.
Apparently.
Yeah.
The man tries to continue protesting, so Kiryu just kind of walks over to a marble statue and just punches through it, crumbling it to dust, looking at the man. Field trip.
Done trying any harder.
I will punch your marbles.
They reach Akemi's room on the top floor where she's already waiting for them in her night clothes in a deep bow. But hearing Kiryu's name, she realizes what's happening and she realizes Shinji's fate. He was usually a really jokey guy, but the last time he saw her, he was dead serious, telling her that if something happened to him, Kiryu would show up.
Oh, God.
She begins to cry, saying that he'd been acting strange, saying that when he was done with his current job, they should get married. Kiryu apologizes, with her returning it in kind. As for Kazama, he was here, but an associate of Shinchan took him away. The Omi Alliance's Terada-san.
So Terada has Kazama.
Yes.
And Terada is the guy that was working with Shimano.
He works under... Hang on, I got it here. Omi. He's an Omi captain.
He's an Omi guy.
And he met up with
Shimano.
Shimano. Yeah.
And he was also the one who told Nishiki about the theft.
Yes, okay.
And now he has Kazama.
Right, okay, it's all probably part of Kazuma's plan.
He's
still.
all fucking
We're all
around.
good. I don't get nervous for Kazuma, because
No,
I just
never,
assume
never.
it's part of the plan.
Well, also just because I don't really give a shit.
Yeah.
If Kazuma dies, like,
Yeah.
least interested, yeah.
It seems that Shinji trusted him, and so does she.
Right.
He's taken Kazuma to a boat docked at Shibara, which feels fucking familiar.
Oh.
And also, one more thing, it's not just the 10 billion the Nishikiyama family is searching for, but also Sarah's will, where the 4th chairman is named.
Oh,
juicy.
Cool.
Suddenly, a boom from below. The building is shaking. Let's make some sweet noise! A truck drives straight through the front wall of the building, and dozens of Yakuza just pour out of it.
I thought that would be him. I thought that was going to be the end. Whose clubs are we seeing here, Monty?
It's Goro Majima's, everybody. He's got a bandage, he's fine, he's A-okay.
Kiryu fights his way back downstairs, arriving at the bottom floor. Yo, Kiryu-chan! Been looking for ya. It's our sweet Cyclops boy with a hostage! Yay! So to explain the thing that I said was kind of Majima everywhere, but kind of not. So that one specifically was added, to Kiwami 1. Basically because in the original Kiwami, the last time we would have seen Majima prior to this would have been the batting center when he was stabbed in the stomach.
Oh my god, right.
But they had to
So they had
justify
to-
all the other times that he showed up
Exactly.
since.
And then they had to justify why here he's showing up all wrapped in bandages.
I have no... Yeah, I begrudge the game none of that.
So-
Absolutely, very clever.
So they just did a stupid little... She gets injured and Kiryu's just like fucking fine.
Maybe more.
Just to bring continuity. Because he then does not appear at all. Like no matter how much time we take, he doesn't appear between that happening and this.
Right, clever. Okay.
Maybe more than any other franchise we've seen so far, a little bandage round the tummy and over one shoulder is just the best medicine for anything.
Oh, yeah, you're fine. You're fine.
Kiryu is surprised to see him, alive. Yeah, He puts his knife to the girl's throat. Ain't you a rare prize? What do you think? Wanna be my girl? The girl chokes out. No, I'm in love with somebody. I'm sorry. Majima's mouth goes gape. Kiryu's shouting at him just not to do it. But then he drops the knife and lets her go, pouting. Oh, fine then. Telling it like it is. No prob, it's cool. Now, come on, it's dangerous here. On your way out now. And he ushers her off.
Yeah.
This is so amusing when you hear Mark Hamill doing it. Like these lines coming out of Mark Hamill's mouth.
Yeah, I can't see it.
I'll show it to you later. It's fucking weird.
There was a thing I saw this week, something you might not hear coming out of Mark Hamill's mouth. Free Palestine.
He's also massively like Biden is the best president of all time
Oh,
and has done no wrong.
Anywho.
Spoke at the White House on Star Wars Day. It was real cringe.
Oh, no. Oh, no. What, really?
Yeah, it was real cringe. Kiryu is baffled, but Majima just appreciates honest people. They ain't faking it for somebody else's sake, and he's the same, Like, he's honestly pissed they got interrupted last time, so he fights. Fight. They go wild. Majima literally punches a hole through the marble floor, collapsing the two of them into a basement. But Kiryu's into knife play, so,
Blood chop.
We head to Purgatory, where the florist gives Akemi Shinji's ashes. Kiryu fills Date in on Kazama. Neither of them can understand why the Omi would protect Kazama, but Shinji risked his life for this, so they need to trust in him. Oh, and by the way, they also grilled Date on Kiryu down at the station. Seems Jingu is applying more pressure, but Date is going to be fine. They can't fire him while he's their only connection to Kiryu, right? Chapter end.
Oh, okay.
Chapter 12. Reunited.
Oh, here we go. Nishiki time.
Kiryu heads to Shibaura Wharf, where a ship is waiting. A ship that looks oddly familiar, but I'm not going to think about that. Teruta looks down at them from the top. Haruka tells Kiryu that it was him, Teruta, that saved her back in the batting cages. And told her about the pendant. So who the fuck is Teruta?
That was going to be my question. I don't have Teruta written down, do I?
Oh my god, yes you do.
Yeah, he's
the Omi guy.
The Omi guy.
Teruta, the Omi guy. Sorry, yes, I do, yes.
So Teruta was the one who rescued Haruka back in the batting cages.
Oh.
And told her about the pendant. So they all swap introduction, and Kiryu's like, why the fuck are the Omi involved here? And Teruta's like you, I have a debt to Kazama that I can never repay. He ushers them into a cabin where Kazama is waiting.
Right. Okay.
Finally, some Kazama time.
I don't think we've had a full conversation with Kazuma apart from a brief one at the end of Zero.
One at the start of this.
And it was literally him going, "Are you sure you've got the strength to do this?" That was pretty much it. Wasn't it?
Yeah. This is our first proper interaction, I think.
So he ushers them into a cabin where Kazama's waiting, and then leaves to give them some space. Kazuma apologizes for everything that Kiryu's been through, telling him that Terada used to be a hitman like him. He's been helping Kazuma by probing the Tojo, specifically Nishikiyama. Kazuma goes serious, saying that it's finally time for them to discuss what happened while he was in prison. First of all, Haruka's mother, Mizuki, she isn't Yumi's sister. She is Yumi.
Yay, well done, mate.
Good job.
Yeah. Kind of a shit way to reveal this, to be honest. Kiryu, come by the cabin and let Kazuma explain the twist to you. Okay. But yeah, cool, fair enough, yeah.
I mean, Dewey could have guessed it from the Forger, but I do say that the Forger's a bit of an obtuse way to be like, oh, by the way, we had a secret identity 5 years ago, coincidence. But 5 years ago, he enlisted the help of the Forger to create a fake identity for Yumi. Haruka all along had actually met her mother. She just never knew it.
Aww.
And as for Haruka's father, it's Kyohei Jingu.
Jingu rings a bell. Who's Jingu? Check your notes. Jingu is in the MIA. The mission.
Yeah, Jingu's a government spy or something.
Jingu's the government guy.
We haven't met Jingu.
We have not met him, no. Okay. We've met his cronies.
Just met him.
But we have not met him. Remember, Jingu is also the one who reported Haruka as a kidnapping victim.
Sorry.
So Haruka's dad reported his daughter as a kidnapping victim.
Jingu presumably knows that Haruka's his daughter, right?
Yes. Oh,
Cool.
yeah. No, he's well.
So what was Jingu doing with Yumi?
Yeah.
Presumably getting some info on her childhood pals.
Or maybe they just fell in love at a local market.
Kazuma passes Kiryu a photo of Yumi and Jingu with a baby Haruka in her arms.
Oh, look at that little babby.
Little babby Haruku. After losing her memory from the trauma of Dojima's murder, she fled the hospital going purely on instinct to return home to Sunflower. Sunflower immediately notified Kazuma, who took her in. So Kazuma knew where she was from the second she went missing.
Brilliant.
He knew where she was from second one. And she took her in, trying to help her regain her memory.
Okay.
He couldn't tell people. That's not part of the 12D chess. We flash back to Yumi in Kazuma's office. Him trying to show her pictures. She looks at a picture of Nishikiyama. Thunder, lightning, flashes of a gun, then Dojima's corpse. They'll flash through her mind as she screams, dropping the photo. It was at that moment that Kazuma figured out who really killed Dojima. Hence, why he never told Nishiki about Yumi.
Right.
As for how she ended up with Jingu, Jingu, has close ties with Sarah. His underworld connection furthering his political ambitions.
Right.
As such, he was regularly making visits to the Tojo clan, where he happened to meet Yumi, and they fell in love. Jingu filled a hole in her heart that she didn't understand. Kazuma couldn't bring himself to stop her, hoping that if they could live a happy life, it would help her cut ties to the Yakuza. Kiryu turns, struggling to listen. Eventually, Yumi gave birth to Jingu's child, Haruka. But then, Jingu received a proposition to marry the Prime Minister's daughter.
Oh.
He wasn't married to Yumi yet, so she backed off, thinking it was better for Jingu that way. That was the beginning of the end. Jingu gaining power through marriage, not earning it. Changing as he feared losing it. Doing anything as long as the ends justified the means. Kazuma took Yumi back in, caring for her and Haruka, until one day, Sarah received an urgent call from Jingu. He's in trouble. Trouble he needs Sarah to personally help him deal with. No outside eyes. Jingu needs to dispose of a body.
Oh, no.
The two men take the body out to the mountains. It was a journalist who caught wind of Jingu's scandal using pictures of Haruka and Yumi to blackmail him. He swears it was an accident. The body buried, Sarah asks Jingu if this is it. Is it finished? But no. He needs to make sure this can never happen again. And he asks Sarah to take care of two more. The next night, under cover of darkness, a hitman sneaks into Kazuma's home entering Yumi's room where she's sleeping with Haruka. She wakes up to see him aiming his gun and clutches tight to Haruka. But before he can shoot, another shot through his shoulder. Kazama hobbles down the hall, gun aimed high. Do you realize what you're doing? A voice comes from the corner of Yumi's room. And they see that Sarah has been in just the shadows in the corner of Yumi's room the whole time, even before the hitman got in here.
Sure. Yeah.
Just watching her sleep.
Why is Sarah okay with all of this?
Sarah's a criminal.
Yeah.
I mean, he's a criminal. He's a criminal and he also is an assassin.
Yeah, but how does Jingu have the pool to, is it just money?
I mean, he's a massively high-ranking government official.
So he's like their inside man in the government. He's more important than, yeah.
Is Jingu the 4th chairman that Sarah named?
You have to be Yakuza.
Well,
You don't technically have to be.
Don't technically have to. And also, like, how powerful would that be? A government official is your 4th chairman. Anyway, sorry, continue. This is interesting.
Kazama shouts that no promise can be worth the life of a woman and her child. Seeing the gun, hearing the gunshots, the shouting, it all finally falls into place. Yumi screaming as her memory returns to her. Luckily, Kazama talked Sarah down, and they arranged to hide Yumi and Haruka from Jingu. Hence, Mizuki and Ares, and Haruka at Sunflower. Kiryu asks why Yumi stole the Tojo's 10 billion, and Kazama sighs. It never was the Tojo's. It was Jingu's 10 billion. But before he can say more, though, Terada bursts through the door. The Shimano family has arrived. Terada tells Kiryu to hold off the men, and he'll get Haruka and Kazama to safety. Kazama runs out to find the boat aflame. Armies of men are duking it out on the pier. Men throw grenades and Molotovs at the ship, hoping to sink it. You want to fight without him? Rude. Kiryu loves fisting men. It's fisting time.
Chase.
It's fisting time. He beats off the men on the deck, hearing Shimano shout to light it up from the pier. He runs, avoiding a volley of grenades, jumping off the ship just as it's engulfed in a fiery explosion.
Holy crap. Where's Kazama? Is he on the ship?
Hopefully he got off.
Oh, okay.
Kazama pulls himself onto a pier.
Yeah.
A section boxed off by shipping containers, so free of fighting. Terada's there with Kazama and Haruka too. She runs to him saying how glad she is that he's safe. Suddenly, blinding light from a dozen cars, and Shimano approaches.
Oh, shirtless. Fight time.
He lets out a deep belly laugh. We meet again, Kiryu. And Kazama too, bunch of sneaky fucks. He chastises Terada for playing all fields, saying that he could totally see through him this whole time. Because he also plays 15D chess. He's also known where Kazama was the whole time. Big brain Shimano. And their endgame? It's shit. Only Shimano got big brain endgame.
I hate Shimano's big brain because it doesn't have a big brain, does he?
I feel like he's just a bit lucky a lot of
He's
it.
lucky a lot. He's like, I'm so smart. Big Shimano, big brain.
Kazama looks at him. My endgame shit, is it? Well, how about you tell that to my backup? And trucks stream in. Kashiwaga's at the lead, laughing about how it's almost Christmas. Needed to make sure the president was nice and big. And the Shimano and the Kazama family go to war, baby.
Oh, okay.
The Kazama family take out the would-be usurpers, Shimano gasping for breath at Kiryu's feet. Kiryu tells him that it's over, and he walks back to Kazama and Haruka, but not so fast. Shimano grabs a grenade from the ground next to him, hurling it at Kazama. Terada sees him, unloading his gun into his chest, but not in enough time. The grenade reaches its target, exploding on impact. We see Shimano's body cold on the ground, a bullet hole between his eyes as the blood pools around him, a final smile of victory across his face.
A smile of victory. He died. Big Shimano's big brain plan wasn't very big brain.
Kashiwagi and Kiryu run to Kazama as the smoke clears to show that he threw himself between Haruka and the shrapnel. He isn't doing good. Kiryu shouts at Terada to call an ambulance. Kazama looks up at Kiryu, struggling to get words out, but this is important. The ones who stole Jingu's 10 billion were Yumi, himself, and Sarah.
Right.
Jingu had been using the Tojo to launder it. Kazama wanted to out him. He shouts at Kiryu to get to Ares. Yumi is there, and she's in trouble. Also, one more thing. He pulls a wrapped note out of his pocket. The third chairman's will.
Okay.
So Sarah was on Kazama's side with this.
Kazama talked him around after Sarah was going to assassinate him. And then Kazama kind of talked him back around. And it was like, bro, Jingu's off the deep end. We gotta fucking stop Jingu.
Okay.
So Jingu's laundering this money. Why? Just to get more money?
Because he presumably
It's all dirty money. And he's a government official.
Right. Okay. It's
dirty money.
it's not like account for my daughter or anything noble we can read. There's nothing really noble going on here. Jingu sucks. Yumi fell for the wrong bloke.
As far as we can tell.
Cool. Okay.
We flash back to see Kazuma's final meeting with Sarah, saying that stealing this 10 billion was the only way to sever his ties with Jingu. Kazuma tells him that he's in the crosshairs now and suggests that he goes into hiding. Sarah grabs a knife from the table, cutting a gash in his thumb with it, saying that Shimano and Nishikiyama will be scheming for his seat. But he is the third chairman. He has no intention of hiding. He stamps his thumb down on a letter, telling Kazuma that if and when the time comes, he entrusts his will to him. Back in the present, Kazuma gives Kiryu the will, telling him that he has something to apologize for. Please, Kiryu, forgive me. Your real parents were killed
Oh.
by me.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay.
Sunflower is an orphanage that I created for the children of the parents that I killed.
No, it wasn't. I beg your pardon. Kazuma fucking sucks. Oh my god.
Imagine it's such a problem for you. You have to start an institution. It's such a recurring problem. There's all these fucking kids. Because I've killed so many mums and dads.
Kazuma's parents. He killed Nishiki's parents. He killed Yumi's parents. He's trying to kill Haruka's dad.
Jesus Christ, bro. Just cut it out. Just stop. Sorry, Kazuma is dying, right? These are his dying words.
No. I think we know he's in a lot of the games.
Well, I don't know. Chase said that he was. We would learn more about Kazuma later. Is he? Are we meant to be reading that he's dying here, Chase?
He reaches out to Kiryu, who begins crying. It's okay, Pops. To me.
Don't say it! Don't you say it! Don't you fucking say it,
you're
Kiryu!
my dad.
Don't say you're my dad! Because this guy has been nothing but a prick to you! Are you joking?
To me, you were my... Kazuma's hand falls, his body going limp in Kiryu's arm. Kiryu wails to the sky. You were my true father!
I quit! Yakuza, what are you doing? What is happening? Does the game... The game knows that he's a problematic figure, but I think the game thinks he's grayer than he is. Kazuma fucking sucks.
The game tries to show that he was a terrible person who has tried in his later life to make up.
At the point, no, it wasn't that late. Because for the kids to be young enough for them still to go in an orphanage, it had to be a pretty recent turnaround.
That orphanage is still going.
When he was signing the tax forms on the orphanage, did he not think, should I stop killing mums and dads? You know,
I just love killing.
As far as I remember, I think a good majority of them were from the same incident.
Really, not a lot of Chinese kids in there, as far as we know, because he took out he killed all those kids, didn't he? So yeah, he didn't need to put them in an orphanage.
Yeah, because he was a child killer. Okay, I have many thoughts about what's happening. The primary one, I think, is that I was thinking about this with this reveal, this Jingu reveal. Mm-hmm. I don't think I care for the way it's been distributed, primarily because we've
not met Jingu enough.
Yeah.
No.
If this was a great
fair.
example of this would be, I think, because Red Dead Redemption does something quite similar, not with like this twist or anything, but if this was a Rockstar game, a Red Dead Redemption style game, I think we would have had a series of quests where Kiryu meets Jingu, works with Jingu on some shite. you know, I mean, Christ, we do so much busy work in these games as it is.
Yeah,
could
you
just replace any of the
do
busy
some
work.
corrupt government work.
Yeah, and Jingu and Kiryu don't really realize who the other person is whatsoever, but it means that we've got some relationship with this character, so the big reveal is like, oh, fuck, that one guy from that series of quests?
Yeah, no,
know?
Jingu is a bit out of left field. I think it ultimately works out so fine because it ends up being the dad of the person who you've been with you the whole game.
Exactly, yeah.
So it works out okay, but yeah, I do get what you mean.
Like, it doesn't, I don't hate it or
It's
anything,
okay.
but... Yeah.
This is the only important father, the best father, and now Kazama and Shimano are both dead.
It's a game all about terrible fathers. That's what this game is about. There we go, yeah.
So, body count. We've lost Shimano. We've lost Kazama. We've lost, Shinji. We've lost, Reina.
Update my Wii.
We lost Sarah. We lost, who else have we lost?
So there are now no leaders of the Tojo, because Kazama's gone, Dojima's gone, Shimano's.
We lost Dojima.
Like, it's Atobi's next up by my reckoning. What
Who's a Toby? Working
Nah,
for
yeah,
Nishiki,
no,
right?
he's the one with honor. We're not going to see him again. He's not a main one. Yeah, Nikio aren't a real part of it. Majima's next up. Majima's the fucking next.
Oh my god, next game! We're talking, like, big dogs here.
For any listeners, my scribblings at the start of this, where I tried to do a sort of family tree of different Tojima, I think we've learned that Majima might be next up. Which I'm sure it was obvious to anyone just listening along, but not to me.
No, not to me.
Sarah dead, Kazama dead, Dojima dead, Shimano dead.
This game is a bloodbath. This feels like it should be the third game or something. Like, it's pretty crazy.
Dead.
Again, I'm gaining more respect for you doing Yakuza 0 first because of this, because I don't think I really would have understood what's happening or anything.
No,
without
it's
you.
a lot of characters that don't have nearly as much impact if this is the first game. Kazuma has not finished being relevant. Kazuma will continue to be relevant in future games.
Got you.
He's a very important person. His After Effects linger.
Cool.
But we will see that in future games. Finale! The end of battle.
Okay. Nishiki time.
We're in the end game.
And Yumi time. We need to meet Nishiki and I need to see Yumi again.
Kiryu returns to Kamurocho, getting a call to stop by Stardust. The boys there have put together some stuff to help him in this final battle. Kiryu heads to Stardust, where a familiar face is waiting for him to help cheer him up in his own way. Presumed future chairman of the Tojo clan, Goro Majima. Given a little dance. He really wants Kiryu to feel comforted in these trying times. He's lost all of his family, pretty much.
And he is thrusting those hips in our face.
He's going to give Kiryu a new family, yes.
I am gagging for a game where Majima is the chairman of the Tojo family. I want to know what that world looks like. I want to live in that world.
You might not have to wait very long, judging by Chase's face.
True, I would love if that is somewhere we're heading. Sorry, continue.
Kiryu prepares, walking past Stardust to find a car. Oh, actually, that's what I had this for. He finds a car shaking right outside Stardust, and he's like, hey, someone getting a little action in there? Winky, winky. He goes up, and it's Majima getting a little action in there.
This is by himself.
Well, I think technically he opens the trunk of the car, and Majima pops out. Majima's like locked himself in the trunk.
One of the goons.
Oh, and
Jack and it.
By the way, Majima totally chill with you offing Shimano. He doesn't care. He just has time for a boss.
I don't think you needed to explain that.
Yeah, I've been coming up with theories in my head for why I think Majima might be so interested in Kiryu. And I've come up with all these, well, I think it's because, Kiryu's the only one who wants to do things differently, and he sort of really strides out on his own, and that's something Majima in his own weird way is doing. But I actually just think he's in love with him.
I fully believe it. I don't even think that's like subtext. I think that is text. Yeah, look at this picture on screen.
Kiryu beats him off, asking if he really just doesn't have a life if he spends all his time stalking him. But no. He knew that our dear Kiryu would find him, and lo and behold, Kiryu cringes, asking if Majima's analyzing his behavioral patterns now. Then heads into Stardust. And, wait, on the pole.
What?
Oh, Majima? On the pole?
Or does he just like run around the back?
He's that in.
We can't escape
He really needs Kiryu to feel comforted. That's why all the love hearts are for.
You joked about Arkham Knight, but this really is more frequent
Joker,
than the
yeah.
Joker being around in Arkham Knight.
Yeah, it is. It's shocking, actually. I mean, I want to be part of the development team that got to do the Majima Everywhere.
It is so funny because I've left a bunch of them out.
I know, you
There's
said.
so many more. There's a really funny one where at random, Kiryu will be taking a taxi, and then it zooms out, and the taxi driver is Majima.
It's fine. This is the optimum length, and this is the optimum amount of Majima Everywheres. I'm happy with this. Yes. No, we're in the finale run now, Chase.
Anyway, Kiryu heads down the street, but he's stopped by a man. Funny running into you, former Dojima family lieutenant advisor Kazama Kiryu.
Jesus Christ, that's a mouthful.
Weird way to say it.
Yeah.
It's the man. It's the fork guy from prison.
Oh.
The guy who tried to fork him.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
The one who, got the hit from Sarah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, we don't know what that was about yet.
Yeah.
Because he failed to kill Kiryu, it took him ages to get out of the slammer, and he's raging that a patriarch killer is just up and strutting about town. His family abandoned him, and he's ready to send Kiryu to see Dojima. A couple street signs to the face later. The man relents that he's just not cut out to be a hitman. He then reveals that the hit wasn't by Sarah.
Brilliant.
Womp
Great. Thanks,
womp.
game.
It was actually by the Nikyo Consortium. Specifically,
That is Sarah.
specifically their second president after Sarah, Masashi Kunieda.
Kunieda.
So this was who Sarah left the Nikyo to after he became chairman.
Got you.
But why does Kunieda want Kiryu dead? Kiryu asks where he can find him. Anywhere. Everywhere. It's a shadow organization for a reason. And it's rare for a hitman to show his face in public. But if I had to guess, he's underground. And well, Kiryu sends the man off, him laughing about what's a failed assassin gonna do for work. Ha! Kiryu doesn't know how to find the Shadow Man, though. Or Kiryu doesn't have to find hard, because there's only one underground area in this game.
Hey,
So he heads over to Purgatory, where he finds Kunieda, just kind of chilling, and actually looking for Kiryu as well, so perfect coincidence.
He looks like just a very normal dude.
He is just a very normal looking dude.
All the Yakuzas are very ostentatiously dressed as just a man in his Saturday PJs.
I guess Nikyo makes sense.
He's not even wearing like an actual suit, it's like a t-shirt under a suit jacket.
Yeah.
He looks like a tech bro.
Yeah, very tech CEO, isn't it?
Are assassin CEOs and tech CEOs the same thing?
Am I right in thinking the Nikyo obviously operate for the greater good of the Tojo? They're sort of an independent, within. Is it fair to say that they might often act under the orders of the chairman
They could be.
as the kind of hitmen of the Tojo? As the kind of okay, cool.
He tells Kiryu that it was only inevitable for him to send a hitman after him for killing Dojima. Kiryu doesn't really care about the hit itself. It's fucking whatever. He just wants to know why he made them tell him it was Sarah.
Yeah.
And Kunieda has his own question for us, though. Where's Nishiki? They want Nishiki under suspicion of murdering Sarah. They'll kill him, even if he does manage to rise to fourth chairman. And Kiryu, as his oath brother, gotta go. Can't leave any potential loose ends.
What? Okay, fine.
Guilty by association. They head out to fight, and he's weak as shit. He's so weak. You fucking just decimate this guy.
Special ops, everybody.
Oh.
Poor guy does
So-
not look thrilled at the prospect of fighting us.
Guess that avenging Sarah's death gets to be Kiryu's responsibility now, as expected. No wonder Sarah held him in such a high regard. Kiryu then asks why they went against his will with the assassin. But no, it actually was Sarah's will, apparently. We're just getting spun in circles. It was Sarah. Sarah wanted the hit.
Okay, but
fine.
what still doesn't explain why he didn't just banish him, why he did a weird other choice instead. Okay, does who cares? He's dead.
Basically, Kunieda explains, saying that the expulsion was proof enough that Sarah wanted Kiryu to rejoin as soon as possible, but as a patriarch killer, Kiryu would have a target on his back from all angles. Sarah had to act first before anybody else could get to Kiryu. A message that Kazama Kiryu is the Tojo clans. Everyone else, back off.
Right.
So kind of similar to what they did with Kiryu in the second game. I mean, the first game. in a zeroth game.
So
you
they
prove that
basically
by ordering the
saying
hit.
nobody else is allowed to put out a hit, and then we are actively putting out hits.
Yeah, basically, it's Tojo Clan's thing. Nobody else do it. Or we...
So basically banking on Kiryu surviving the hit.
Basically. Which is probably why he sent a shit hitman.
Yeah.
With a fork.
Yeah.
With a plastic fork. And it worked. I mean, Kiryu served the rest of his life sentence. Served the rest of his sentence in pretty relative peace following that initial attack. But, of course, he did hire a killer, so it was a test in a way. Sure, whatever. Was Kiryu worthy of surviving, of being saved? Kiryu was never going to die, so, there you go. Kiryu chuckles, saying how this was all part of Sarah's 12D chess. Wouldn't have expected any less. But now we can't even thank him. Not that Sarah would have wanted his gratitude. He simply would have wanted Kiryu to do the right thing by the Tojo clan. Kunieda laughs, saying that there's the answer of a man's chairman Sarah held in such high regard, offering the consortium's assistance if Kiryu should ever call. Sorry, it's on me to settle this with Nishiki. But I'll make sure your debts are paid too. The only thing I ask of you is your patience.
And don't send anyone else to kill me, please.
Yeah.
Kiryu heads back to the Purgatory, where the florist has a new lead for him. Details on the fake Mizuki dredged from Tokyo Bay. She was the mama of a bar called Pars in the Champion District. What's more, she went by the name Mizuki. She could be connected after all. Kiryu notes the name sounding familiar to him. Yeah, it's fucking me. What? I don't know what I meant by that note there. Can't tell if he meant Pars sounds familiar or Mizuki. If it's Mizuki, he's fucking stupid. Anyhow, he heads over, finding more and more men looking for Mizuki's bar. Real classy joint as they describe it. And he finds the place, asking if the hostess Mizuki is in. The man at the door looks around worriedly, but says that she's in. She's just over here. Come on over. Kiryu gets in, but oh no, she's actually sick. What a shame. But you can't leave. You're already here. How about some ravishing replacements?
Okay.
So Kiryu decides he's going to stick around to ask the other girls about Mizuki. He sat with a girl named Eris, asking her. She can talk, but only after Mr. Handsome here buys her a drink.
It feels like a lot of investigation that should have happened before the finale chapter. Like, where are we going? Okay, sorry, continue.
Anyhow, a while back, a bunch of men that looked like Yakuza stormed the bar looking for Mizuki. They grabbed her, ripping off her clothes in front of the customers, and then dragged her away the second they saw her tattoo. Eris doesn't know why they wanted Mizuki, but she thinks it's the owner's fault. After making Kiryu get her another drink, she asks if he knows the lounge Ares, saying that it's really famous and the owners kept hearing rumors about it. Seems this bar here is just a cheap ripoff of Ares. They make their clientele by getting in the people looking for the real Ares. That's why their mom is called Mizuki, to mirror the real one. Kiryu asks if she should be telling him all this, and she's like, quit after the shift anyway. Fuck that. I don't give a shit.
That was lucky.
The owner runs over with a couple of burly men asking what she's blabbing about. Kiryu tells the owner to get out of the business or he'll be the next one to end up like Mizuki. He's like, is that a threat, big boy? You beat the shit out of him. Kiryu tells him that Mizuki was murdered thanks to his con. And he did not know that. First he's heard of that. He gives the man the photo, leaving him alone to think on the consequences of his actions.
Wow.
Well, yeah. Swift justice.
I'm sure how deserved that was.
I mean, it's a dude who got a lady killed because he was making a con.
Yeah.
For a bad marketing ploy, basically.
It still got her murdered.
Yeah, it wasn't his intent, or like he would never have guessed that. You know, it's not fair to assume that he would have guessed that anyone was in danger for him pretending his club was a bit like another one.
Scumbag, kill him. Next. Hashtag kill that club owner.
A short while later, Kiryu gets another call from the florist. Seems some ex-Dojima family members are sniffing around their old turf. Kiryu heads to meet the florist. He learns that a woman had just visited looking for Kiryu, the widow of the late Sohei Dojima, Yayoi Dojima.
Okay. Again, this really feels like earlier game stuff. Where are we going with all of this?
She was snooping around asking about Mizuki.
What was she there?
No, so she came to the florist looking for Kiryu.
Looking for Kiryu.
Yeah. Okay. So, the florist chased her off, but not before she left him a letter for Kiryu, telling him to meet her where it all began, 10 years ago, alone. The florist tells him that it's a trap. The Dojima office is just a hideout for the last dregs of loyalists. They'll skin him if he steps foot in there. Kiryu begins to walk towards the door. The florist telling him not to do it. Kiryu looks backwards and leaves. My mind is just pictured him turning around, looking backwards, and moonwalking out the door.
When Miracle Johnson teaches you something, you don't forget it.
Kiryu arrives to find Dojima alone in her late husband's office. Which also, how the Toad Man got a really pretty woman like this, who knows?
Maybe when he wasn't in his professional face, he had some really charming qualities, you know? It's not all about looks, Chase.
No, but we saw
Something I'm very thankful for every day.
No, stop that.
No, it's more important to be charming. And...
No, you were just... No, I think the point Chase is making is that you're a very good-looking bloke.
No, let's not do that.
Fuck.
Cut all this.
You're hot as fuck.
So the widow's here suddenly. We've cast an actor to come in and play this 11th hour character.
Important.
No, I'm sure it is. It's just weirdly delivered. Continue.
So he finds Dojima alone in her late husband's office. It's been 10 years since the day that her husband was murdered. She's even him. Truly thought that he'd take the reins of the family one day, lead it to greatness. But now, Kiryu's going to take responsibility for his actions. The door slides open. Dojima loyalists flooding the office, ready to brawl. He takes them all out, looking at his fists as the lightning flashes outside, just like that day 10 years ago. He goes to leave, but he's stopped by Dojima, a sword at her hip. He bows respectfully as she points the sword at him. Dojima's murderer. Was it you? You're covering someone. Who did it? Who killed him? You deserve answers. I just need a little more time. I promise I'll make this right. Then, I'll tell you everything. She lowers the sword, Kiryu bowing again and excusing himself. Leaving her, she drops her sword, falling to her knees as the lightning flashes around her. Oh, loose ends and side quests tied up. Kiryu heads over to the Stardust to finally grab Haruka.
Okay.
So all those are side quests. They're important side quests, but they're side quests.
Oh, I see. Okay. So the weird pacing here is not to blame you, but it's your fault. All this stuff is...
To be fair, they are all side quests that you cannot do until this chapter. They're all unlocked in this chapter.
Okay, odd, but sure. Okay, fair enough.
But yeah.
Got you.
No, for the most part, I put side quests in the chapter where you can first unlock them. But all loose ends tied up, Kiryu finally heads to Stardust to grab Haruka, bringing her to the Millennium Tower. They look up at it together, Haruka asking if that's where her mom is. She looks at Kiryu, asking what she should call her. Were you thinking you'd call her Aunt Yumi? Mom is fine, Haruka. She gives a little satisfied nod.
Get a dig in there. Get a dig in. She is being stupid. You're right, Kiryu.
It was meant to be comforting! It's not meant to be rude.
What the fuck are you supposed to call her? I don't know.
Suddenly, an eerie air falls over the street. All people have vanished. Although, not for long, as a group of thugs, all with weapons, walk forward, surrounding
Oh, that's a lot of people.
Kiryu! Killing you is gonna get us a reward from the 4th chairman. Money, status, women. We'll be set for years. Tonight's gonna be fun. We have a license to kill from the 4th chairman, Nishikiyama-san.
Oh, okay.
They're being a bit preemptive, but...
Oh, right, okay, I was going to say.
No, he hasn't been named or anything. They're just being a bit preemptive.
Because Kiryu hasn't read the will yet.
No. Nobody's read it.
No. That's respectful of him.
But, to be fair, if the will never turns up...
Nishiki can just be like...
Nishiki is one of the last remaining Toja Direct patriarchs.
Yeah, it's not a bad plan. Okay.
Like, I'm assuming none of these guys know that he has got the will.
Yeah.
No.
Nishiki probably
Just
knows,
here to
but-
kill him.
Yeah. Kiryu turns to Haruka, telling her not to worry. He's going to protect her, and he will take her to see Yumi. She trusts him, right? Yeah! Beat them up, mister! Well, you heard the lady. Punch, 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 punch,
Love
punch,
it.
punch, 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 punch. Kick. Punch. Meanwhile, Date-san is in a dark office, frantically searching through a computer, keeping a close eye over his shoulder. He pulls up newspaper articles from the 70s. Anti-government student activist. Last protest leader arrested. Masaru Sera, 21.
No, Sarah used to be a protester. That's fun.
He pulls up a photo of Sarah getting in the car. In the background, Jingu.
Okay.
So this is already things we know, but Date's now piecing together the evidence that that Jingu and Sarah had a connection.
Got you. Okay.
Who's there? A flashlight shines on Date. It's Pseudo.
Oh.
Kiryu continues with Haruka to the tower, commenting how it feels weird that he's been with Yumi's daughter the whole time. Haruka asks if he's known her mom long. And yeah, I mean, since they were younger than Haruka is now, can't imagine her as a mother. Time really flies. They arrive at the tower.
Well, she's not really being a mother. You don't need to imagine that hard.
Nobody's really a great parent in this game. Especially not that mom that never fed her kid. Remember how we had to keep feeding that mom's kid?
He had appendicitis. She should have done something about that.
Why do all the parents in this game slap their kids, by the way?
Yeah. And did I hear right that your dad killed your mom and dad? Yeah, put you in an orphanage.
That's pretty normal. That's pretty standard stuff.
Hey.
Hey!
Deep end, folks. We're off it.
Hello!
Hey, Kiryu, why are you speaking like that as well?
Right, no, come on. End game. Up the tower, meet Yumi, confront Nishiki. Let's do it.
Beat Yumi?
No, meet Yumi.
Oh, I was about to say, why are we beating Yumi? That's rude.
I want to hear her
Don't
speak.
beat my mom, mister! Stop that!
Okay.
She's soft. Oh, they arrive at the tower, and men are swarming the place. But they're all like hiding in the shadows, sneaking around pillar to pillar, guns at the ready, like, hoo, we're stealthy guys. Kiryu tells Haruka to take cover, walking to the dead center of the room. Stop slinking around in the shadows and face me! They're all MIA agents, Jingu's men, and they come out in force, swarming Kiryu. Meanwhile, Pseudo was hurrying with Date up some stairs. No time to talk, but Date's tired and out of breath because he's an old dad. And he's like, Pseudo, is it gonna be okay? Seems that after seeing Date in Yokohama, something bothered him. So he did his own digging, uncovering the truth about Jingu, his connections to Sarah, and the 10 billion. Mm-hmm. Date already knows that, but Pseudo's not finished. What will Jingu do with that much money? He suspects that Jingu has a third connection out with the Tojo and the MIA.
Omi.
Call it his detective intuition. Guess he did learn something from Date after all. Cute bro moment. He opens the door to the roof, ushering Date out onto a helipad! Let's see where this goes! This means nothing to you guys, but means everything to the fans.
Does it? Why? Is this... Wait, hold on. Is this resolved outside of this game, the Jingu thing?
No.
This becomes his thing.
Vague spoiler for future games. Literally, yes. Pseudo... People forget Pseudo's name. They just know him as Date's helicopter guy.
Oh, I see. Okay.
He's literally just Date's helicopter guy.
Right.
Date needs a helicopter. We're going to Pseudo.
Okay.
It's not really like a meme, is it? It's just like, this is just a man who does a helicopter or something a few times.
It's a great meme.
Okay.
So,
He does other things.
Of all the things in Yakuza.
He does other things. He's just only remembered for
Eric
something.
is still out there, right?
I mean, he might be.
Okay. Got you.
I mean, not might. Yes, he is somewhere. You say out there like he's cockroach.
Well, I mean, he's popped up just a couple of times, but now his name's getting tossed around.
Yeah, he's got to be...
Yeah.
It's still to be resolved, isn't it?
We flash back to the Millennium Tower, to Ares. Yumi is there with a briefcase. She and also a sick chest hat. Sick chest hat. Good job, Yumi. Good art. She's like, my brothers both have art from you. I want one too. And honestly, valid. Fair.
Mm-hmm.
She hears the elevator ding, grabbing a knife, readying it for who's about to enter, only to watch as Haruka and Kiryu walk in.
Yes.
She drops the knife, putting a hand to her mouth as tears form in her eye. Kiryu. Haruka. Kiryu puts his hand on Haruka's head, reassuring her forward. She runs up to Yumi. Mom, you're my mom, right? Yumi runs to her, wrapping her tight in a hug, finally reunited, apologizing for all the fear and hurt that she's been put through. I wanted so much to be your mother, but I could never say that I was. Haruka tells her that it's okay. She understands. She's just happy they're together now. Kiryu walks over, smiling, putting his hand on her head. She turns to him, hugging onto him. I'm happy for you, Haruka. Welcome back, Kiryu. Yumi walks over, joining the hug. Yeah. Sorry I took so long, Yumi. Dwah. Cute little family.
Yeah.
Cute little family.
Wonder what Jingu's going to think about all this.
The sweet moment is short-lived, though, as they hear a sound from outside. Yumi looks determined. I think he's here to take back what he lost. They head outside to a helicopter descending. It's been a long time, Yumi. And is that Haruka? It's Jingu.
Oh, there he is.
Flanked by some MIA men rocking some almost Charlie Angels poses.
Yes.
Looking very Matrix in the outfits.
They are a little. He looks at Kiryu. We meet for the first time for the last time, Kazama Kiryu-kun. I should say that. Or should I say it's nice to meet you? Or it was nice knowing you. Don't know why I've made him a New Yorker, but sure.
Hey, guy, that must be Kazama Kiryu over there.
Mark Hamill, is that you? Yumi asks if he's here for the 10 billion. Yeah, no shit, duh. And also to clear up a couple loose ends. In one slick motion, he pulls a gun from his jacket, pointing it squarely at Haruka, and fires.
Sir, that is your daughter. Not only is that just an 8-year-old child, that is your daughter.
I mean,
9-year-old.
9-year-old.
smacking I can forgive. Throwing against a wall, suplexing off a balcony, throwing into a wall.
She's a resilient child.
Shooting so that the shot just grazes her and she bleeds heavily.
I think that's the whole reason they had the appendicitis thing, was just so the doctor could say that kids heal quickly, so they could justify all of that.
Do you know this is true? I might have told this in this podcast before, after too many adult juices. Someone might tell me I have. I once fell down a full flight of stairs as a 1-year-old, and I'm talking like comic book head, top of the head, arse, head, arse, head, arse, head, arse. And I was at the bottom, and my mum phoned the doctor. We were staying in a very rural part of Scotland, so we phoned the GP, who was about 30 miles away, and she said, is he crying? And my mum said, yeah, he's crying. And the doctor said, they bounce at that age. And that was it.
You're joking.
That was it.
Oh my god.
Bouncy boy.
Anyway, sorry, back to the high-stakes shooting of the child.
Sorry.
So he fires at Haruka.
Yeah.
What happens next? What happens next, Chase?
Kiryu leaps at the last second in front of Haruka, taking the bullet to the shoulder. What a damn fool. Although I suppose all Yakuza are the same. How could you shoot your own daughter? Oh, nothing to it. The child is nothing but baggage to me. My future, or should I say...
What's happened? This is our big villain review.
You don't come to the Bronx and talk to Jingle like that.
I'm stuck in there. I'm locked in. Oh god, we've got delusional. My future... You all get your accents. It's my turn now.
Run with it. Enjoy it.
My future, should I say the future of this country, deems her unnecessary.
Would you say he's quite patriotic?
To himself.
Because if so, you could almost say he was quite jingoistic.
Oh, that is good. That is your best this episode.
Yumi tells Kiryu that it's pointless to ringu with Jingu? To reason with Jingu. He doesn't seem to have emotions like a human being. He laughs, saying that Yumi thinks that she knows everything about him, but he threw her away. She doesn't know a damn thing. She tells him that she sees through him, just like Sarah did. He says everything's for the country, for politics, and conveniently leaves everything else out. He shoots at her, saying how neither she nor Sarah understood him. She doesn't even flinch as the bullet just whizzes right past her head, grazing her cheek. He laughs, telling them that none of that matters anyhow. They're all going to die here. I wonder, is this as done as you think? A voice comes behind Kiryu and the others. It's Terada with Samomi back up. He's back again. He points his gun at Jingu. Now we're on equal terms. Kazuma-san's conviction lives on. Jingu laughs, saying how all Yakuza are so simple. Terada's men jump, grabbing Terada, holding his arms behind his back.
Oh.
Whoa! Jingu's switched side from the Tojo to the Omi. It's been a plan from the start.
Okay.
We're doing 12D chess again.
12D chess. Yeah, again.
I told you that I did not like that. Yeah, because
Even beyond the grave, he's 12D chessing.
You gotta understand, I found out Jingu was even a part of Dojima about 30 seconds ago. For us to find out that he's no longer is like, yeah, okay.
Water off a duck's back, really. Yeah.
The ghostly hand of Kazama is like reaching out from beyond the grave to move his next pawn.
Honestly. Okay, right. So Jingu's now part of the Omi.
Well, the Omi are working for him, rather.
The Omi guy was kind of on side, but his men have been bought off or...
Well, no. So the Omi are basically working for Jingu, but they don't see Terada as one of their own because Terada's kind of second playing them for the Tojo. So Terada shouts that he's heard nothing about this. Jingu tells him, of course not. The Omi's fifth chairman played him for a fool. Jingu says that he foresaw Sarah's betrayal. Sarah was always too rigid. They used to share a vision, but then Sarah lost his background when he saw reality. Learning that he kept Yumi and Haruka alive was merely the last straw. Jingu went to the Omi himself, winning them over with his political influence, politics, and organized crime. If he could control both of them, he would hold the reins over all of Japan. Mm-hmm. The 10 billion was simply his entry fee. The Tojo would be destroyed, killing two birds with one stone. Kiryu asks then if he's also strung along Nishiki, and of course, it was him who told Nishikiyama about the 10 billion. Dangled the bait in front of that amateur too eager to rise up. An easy puppet to manipulate, sparking a civil war. And with an added bonus, Kiryu. With Kiryu's involvement, the whole clan is on the brink of destruction. You're scum. Kiryu stares down at him as he laughs maniacally, cackling on like a supervillain about how all of Japan will be his. I won't let you do that. Yumi turns to walk away, causing Jingu to aim his gun at her, telling her not to move. She turns, lifting the briefcase in her hands and opening it to show that it's a massive fucking bomb.
Oh my god, Yumi. Okay.
With a 3-minute timer set and the detonator in her hand. She tells Jingu to go ahead and shoot her. That's if he wants the 10 billion in the bar to go up in smoke.
Okay.
He shouts at her, asking what she has to gain from this, but she shakes her head sadly, saying that he doesn't understand. Not every human action is about profit and loss. Humans are deeper. Strong emotions compel us to do what we do. And you used to have those emotions too until you lost yourself in this quest for power and position. She takes Haruka, using the bomb as a shield to head back into the bar, and leaving Kiryu out with Jingu and the others. Hey Jingu, Chairman Sarah, he knew exactly what you were scheming. The chairman wanted you to see the man you buried inside who knew right from wrong. That's why he risked his life to steal the 10 billion. He wanted to take it from you. You idiot. How could you possibly know that? Kiryu says nothing, simply pulling the chairman's will from his pocket. Oh. We flash back to Sarah giving his will to Kazama. He looks down at it. Sarah, you didn't put a name. Kazama-san, I was never suited to lead the Tojo. Money was never my strength as Yakuza. I'd like you to select the next chairman, please. The Tojo clan and the future of the Yakuza depend on him.
Oh my god, it's going to be Kiryu.
Back in the present, Jingu bulks the will. You planted the idea in Nishikiyama's head, hoping that it would spark internal conflict. But it was real the whole time. The chairman and Kazama-san preserved it with their lives. Shut up, Jingu raves. At this point, he's just mocking me from beyond the grave. Still, as it stands, it's just a piece of paper. Sure, if I die. But I won't let that happen. I'm going to protect what Kazama-san and Chairman Sarah handed down to me. I am the Tojo clan's 4th chairman, whoa. Kiryu Kazama!
Insane.
First game.
Yeah, but...
I mean, to be fair, I think I said if we go back and listen about an hour ago that it had to be either him or Nishiki. Name on there.
Yeah, but it means that the only way that Kiryu has become the 4th chairman is through nepotism. It's not through rising the ranks or doing anything that impressive.
To be fair, of everybody left, is there really anybody better?
We have heard this game has tried to be fair to it. We've had these things all along. Whatever you do, people flock to you, Kiryu, and you inspire people, and
Yeah.
the Tojo now is the Kiryu family.
What the fuck is game 2 going to be about? How is there a whole series
And
of
that, what is game 7 about?
We're up to game 9 now.
This story is over, surely. Anyway, sorry, continue.
Nah, we're not over. I'd like to see where you still sit in an hour.
In an hour? Okay, yeah, sure.
Or whatever the fuck it's gonna be. Kiryu spins about, demolishing the Omi around him. Jingu laughs, saying he's impressed as more helicopters fly to the top of the tower. Special Ops MI agents rappel down from them. But then, another helicopter! It's Date! He calls over the loudspeaker that Division 4 has a warrant for Jingu's arrest. Bribery, illegal possession of firearms, and incitement. You're done for! I don't know why Dante also... Dante went to a different...
I had Date as a sort of a Chicago cop from the 30s in my head.
I don't have a Chicago accent, unfortunately.
I don't know what that sounds like.
I get various varieties of East Coast, and that's about it. Jingu shouts that he's bluffing. He has no evidence. And his men start firing at Dante's helicopter, which I feel like attacking police is evidence enough.
Yeah.
You know, there's the Millennium Tower, probably security cameras on there.
Yeah.
You know, I feel like if he didn't have evidence, you just...
And about 100 witnesses there as well.
Pseudo flies the helicopter away. They just had their little moment, and that's it. He's like, we're going to crash if we get any more damage. Bye!
Hi, Date. Thanks for your help.
Jingu turns to Kiryu. Guess he'll just have to kill them all. The Jingu fight is a fucking pain. I hate this fight. Everybody hates this fight. Not because Jingu's a fucking pushover. He has 0 health, but he's specifically got 2 like special ops MIA agents that flank him that keep coming back to life until Jingu's dead. And they both have so much armor, and they just stun lock you into oblivion. I hate them.
It's annoying.
It's a horrible fight. I hate this fight. Nobody likes this fight. I mean, the fight itself is kind of cool. You know, you're on the top of the Millennium Tower. There's like a big pool. You're going around the big lake, and you're going up to like the helipad, and you're fighting through. Jingu at one point, you're getting too close to him, and he gets on the helicopter, and he flies to a different part of the roof.
I appreciate, because I think it would have been all too easy for Jingu just to rip his shirt off and be like, oh, I've been doing some kickboxing, Kiryu, fight me.
Jingu can't do that. He doesn't have a tattoo.
Yeah,
Yeah, exactly.
I think that's what we're saying though.
Yeah,
It's
but it
nice.
would have been
It's
quite
nice
easy
that
for him to do
it's
that,
nice
yeah.
that he's not. Like,
No, he is very squishy.
Like, I'm sure he is annoying, and the gimmick is annoying, but like, props to the game for trying something different.
No, yeah, he's very squishy. He's just hidden behind an assload of ads. Really annoying ads. But yeah, a fierce question mark battle later. Kiryu leaves Jingu beaten and unconscious on the roof and returns back to Ares. The moment he reunites with Yumi and Haruka, the elevator dings.
Nishiki time,
The
baby.
doors open, and Nishikiyama walks out.
Yeah.
Is it over? Guess we can all settle down now. He looks over at Yumi. What is that? A bomb? Yumi, don't do anything stupid. She grabs the bomb, getting in front of Kiryu and Haruka, saying that she won't give him the 10 billion. Yumi, do you hate me that much? I can't blame you. Of course you do. Kiryu asks if he still hasn't given this up, but damn right he hasn't. He will become the 4th chairman, whatever it takes. It's a bit late for that.
Yeah.
A little bit late for that. Kiryu tries to tell Nishiki Jingu was playing him. He was only after... I already know! Nishiki screams, I knew everything! He told Kiryu, ever since he betrayed him, he's not been able to trust anybody, including Jingu. So yeah, he knew what was going on, but he refused to lose. Especially not to Kiryu. He lights up a smoke, inhaling slowly. I loved Yumi, but she never gave me a second glance. Oh my god, incel. Only ever cared about you. After the incident 10 years ago, I lost what felt like a piece of my life. It was then I decided I'd sacrifice everything to change fate. Reina, Kazama, everything. I'll inherit the Tojo and take Yumi from Kiryu. For the first time, I'm controlling my fate. Yumi tries to reason with him, tell him that won't make him happy. He's just running from his problems. If he wants to be happy, he needs to accept his fate and face it head on, just like Kazuma and Haruka. Shut up, he screams, hearing Kiryu's name. Why can't you acknowledge what I've achieved? Kiryu turns, telling Nishiki that he gets his pain. He also lost his family 10 years ago, but try as they might, they can't go back. They need to accept the hand they were dealt. So now, They need to settle this. They move to the center of the room and rip off their jackets. The final battle of the dragon and the koi.
Oh, the two boys.
Haruka and Yumi watch on as these two brothers let every drop of their emotions fly. Memories flash with each punch. Kiryu telling Nishiki to take care of Yumi. Punch. Nishiki saying that he'll work hard for Kiryu's sake. Punch. Kiryu learning of Nishiki's betrayal. Punch. Refusing to lose faith until he's seen himself. Punch. Nishiki's kill, changing him into the brutal patriarch. Punch. Yumi and them drinking happily at Serena. Nishiki! Kiryu draws back, handing one final punch into Nishiki's gut, causing him to fall to the ground, defeated.
Oh.
I think so.
When all is said and done, he's just still not strong enough.
Yeah.
So
He
tragic.
was never as good.
Yumi runs over to Kiryu, embracing him. She takes a key from her pocket, taking the pendant from Kiryu and unlocking it. Inside is a picture of Kiryu. She could never forget him. Even after her memory returned, she could never stop looking at this picture. Even while she had amnesia, she had vague glimpses of him, his smile, his habits, but she didn't know who he was, didn't know his name. She couldn't wait for him. But even falling to Jingu gave her one thing, Haruka, her treasure. That's why she said goodbye to Haruka when she gave her the pendant. She wanted her to have what was dearest to her. She takes the pendant, saying there's still something she needs to do, walking over to one of the pillars. She opens up part of the pillar to reveal a hidden scanner and places the pendant inside the hidden pillar scanner.
Sure, you called earlier it was a USB, but yeah, it'll do. Yeah.
The piano beside the pillar slides to the side, and the wall behind it opens up to reveal the 10 billion yen in a secret vault.
Oh, that makes more sense.
Yeah.
Cool.
Hidden behind the secret pendant pillar scanner.
Well, I just thought it'd be like, just digital money sitting there, but no.
No, big pile of cash.
Yeah.
Big old pile of cash.
You could set fire to that cash.
Set fire to the rain. Watch it burn as I touch your face.
Speaking of touching faces, Kiryu being shirtless during this moment is so odd.
Very sweaty and shirtless.
He's very shiny.
And I just want her to take her daughter, give him a little kiss on the cheek, and leave.
Yeah.
Like, I know you love him. He loves you. Just get her away from here. It would be irresponsible to stay in this man's life.
It would actually be thematically beautiful as well.
Yeah.
Like, that final act is like a bit of good parenting.
What happened the last game as well.
Well.
Yeah.
Well.
Well, he is the fourth chairman now, though. He can protect her.
Can he? No, you think
That's
the
the
next
rationale.
7-10 games are going to be him, like, just being fine and safe?
Well, I'm just saying that you could reason that right now. You could reason that.
I don't think he'll ever be in danger again.
I don't think he'll be chairman come the end of next game, or maybe the end of this one, actually.
Yumi walks into the vault, placing the bomb on the stacks of cash. This money shouldn't exist, so I'm going to make it disappear.
Amazing.
She activates the countdown, walking out of the vault.
And are we sure that that's not evidence of her ex-husband's crimes that we need to be keeping around?
The husband's dead. What is the husband?
He's just unconscious.
unconscious.
He's just unconscious. They've got evidence somewhere else, assumedly. Suddenly, a gunshot and Kiryu goes down. A bullet to his leg. Jingu's returned, gun trained at Kiryu's eyes wild.
There we go.
Haruka runs in front of him as Jingu goes to fire again, spreading her arms wide to protect him. And a gunshot. Silence. As Yumi calmly steps between Jingu and her daughter, taking the bullet to her abdomen.
No. She's fine. Abdomen, stomach is fine.
She falls limply to the ground, Kiryu and Haruka rushing over to her, begging for her to be okay. Jingu cackles, limping past them towards the vault. I finally found it! My money! He trains his gun back on Kiryu, putting it inches from his face. What's the matter? You're helpless! You're all gonna die
Go on,
here!
Nishiki, come on.
Ah! Nishiki flies at Jingu, a knife in his hand, embedding it into his stomach, driving him into the vault.
With the bomb! Oh no!
Jingu fires a retaliation shot into Nishiki as he flails. No way I'm letting this asshole get away with it. Nishiki stumbles, gripping his gunshot wound, then kneels to pick up Jingu's gun. The responsibility's mine, so let me do this. He turns, pointing the gun at the bomb. Don't do this! Don't! Nishiki! Kiryu shouts at him. Nishiki turns, giving his brother a smile, and pulls the trigger.
Oh my god.
Wow.
Jesus Christ, Chase, the body count of this fucking game. I didn't think Nishiki would die.
The top floor of the Millennium Tower explodes. A fireball sending shockwaves through Kamurocho, shattering the windows of the buildings. Onlookers below look up in terror. A homeless man sets down a piece of cardboard, but looks up and catches something from the air. A banknote. The people of Kamurocho look up as 10 billion worth of yen snows around them. They scramble to get as much as they can. One final act of repentance from a man to the city that he terrorized. In the exploded areas, Kiryu desperately holds Yumi, begging her to answer him. I'm sorry, Haruka. You finally got to call me Mom. Kiryu looks at Yumi. 10 years ago, no, even before that. I'm sorry I never told you. I've loved you for a long time. He pulls her ring from his pocket. Yumi gasping, asking if he's kept it safe for her this whole time. She thanks him, saying that she's been trying to run from her issues, from him, but she has no regrets. To make sure that she never forgot them, she got this tattoo, the Queen of the Night. Whether one night, or even just one glance, she wanted to see Kazama one more time, and her wish was granted. Haruka, listen. No matter what happens, don't run away, because if you do, your happiness will slip away, like mine. Got it? She reaches her hand out, placing it on Haruka's cheek. Running isn't the answer. Her hand falls limp. Haruka screaming for her mother as the morning sun rises. Cops swarm the room, guns aimed at Kiryu. Haruka leaps to her feet to cling onto him in fear, but luckily they're rescued as Date and Pseudo rush in, Pseudo telling them all to stand down. Date heads to Kiryu, downtroddenly looking at Yumi's body, telling them he didn't do anything wrong. But if he gets arrested for this, he'll never make it out again, so he needs to come with him now. Kiryu turns to him, telling him it's fine. Kazama, Nishiki, Yumi, everyone he cares for is gone, so he can accept being arrested. Date grabs him, shouting at him to knock it off, asking, don't you have something left to fight for? Some one precious to protect? Kiryu looks down at Haruka, her eyes welling with tears. If he goes to jail, she'll be alone again. Is that what she wants? Date-san. Kiryu looks deep into Date's eyes, resolve washing over him. Time passes. Date waits in the car outside the gates of Tojo Clan HQ. Chairman, wait! Kiryu's sprinting towards the car, chased by a dozen of Tojo HQ staff.
God.
Later, stay tough, guys. Kiryu gets in the car, telling Date to gun it. So everything's settled. Yeah, I went through the rituals. Date laughs. This has got to be a first. A clan chairman being inducted and retiring on the same day. Ex-chairman Kiryu is retired from the Yakuza, passing his title on to somebody who would do right by Chairman Sarah and Kazama. He looks out the window as a car goes past them. It's Terada.
Yeah.
Chairman Terada, fifth Chairman Terada. A guy that they all believe can rebuild the Tojo.
Wow.
You fucking called it a little while ago and you said, I was trying to keep a straight face and you're like, I don't even think he's going to be chairman by the end of this game.
Yeah.
Wow.
They arrive back in Kamurocho. So you're not coming back, Date asks him. Who knows? If you give me a call, Date-san, I might just appear. Also, I'd like to point out, this entire last couple scenes, Kiryu was actively smiling. It's the first time we've seen him smile since the start of the game when he was with Yumi. Sadly, that ain't happening. Date is going to live with Saya for a while. See what this whole family life is about. Date tells Kiryu to stay out of trouble. Don't worry, I have her now. He looks over at Haruka playing with her puppy, who's come back somewhere.
Good. Fine.
Kiryu asks if she wants to keep him, but no. If he stays there, maybe he'll find his mom. She looks up at him with a bright smile. Uncle Kaz, let's go home.
Aww.
And the game ends.
Aw, what a lovely end to the series. Oh, it took him 2 whole games, but he's managed to find a way out of the
His
Yakuza.
entire arc, it's resolved.
Yeah, he's found a way out of the Yakuza. Yes, he lost all his friends and family, but he's found a daughter.
And then
The
from
end.
behind ARKHAM, Majima just puts up some bunny ears.
That is actually the end. No post-credit scene.
That is actually the end.
Cool. Okay. I have thoughts. I like Yakuza 1 a lot. I like Yakuza 1 more than I like Yakuza 0.
That's fair.
I think that there's... Okay, let's talk about the 2 things I really don't like, and then I can lather it.
Is it all Jingu?
One of them is Jingu. It
he's a
comes out of
weird one.
nowhere.
He's a weird one.
Because initially, when he got introduced, and then when he showed up there, and you started giving him a voice, like suddenly you're doing a voice, and I was like, oh, this is a seasoned villain. This guy is going to stick around for a couple more games. No, blown up, gone. He shows
That
up.
doesn't really seem to be a thing so far.
No.
Everyone's dead.
Shows up, monologues, and dies. Kind of feels like out of nowhere, and I think he's handled a bit poorly. I really, really, to my absolute core, hate that Yumi is dead. Like, the more I think about it, the more I think I fucking hate it. I think that she gets put in a fridge in the end.
Yeah.
I think that also, series-wise, the daughter of Kazama, who has this grit in her and this daughter to live for, and it comes up with plans and bombs and Kazama's sort of the forgery, but like she was part of that plan.
Yeah.
That is an interesting character that I would like to see.
And you've almost
grow.
got the 3 siblings of the 3 children that grew up together, 3 children of Kazama, and now 2 of them are just dead.
The 2 of them are just dead.
Yeah.
However, I think I'm annoyed that she's dead. I like that this game is actually about something. like it's actually about something, about parenting, about the fact that at the end it has this resolution in the Kiryu. You know, if you look at the 3 kids, I'm still around my head around a little bit about what Yumi might represent, but Nishiki is the son that that followed Kazma's plan. Like, he thought he was rebelling against it, but he wasn't really. And in the end, Kiryu is the son that actually rebels against it. And is like, oh, Kazuma laid out this whole plan for me to become the 4th chairman. No, screw that. I'm going to do my own thing. I don't care about, like, this father figure. I am my own person, and I don't need to live in my father's shadow. I think that's really interesting.
Kind of. He also cried and was like, you were my real father.
He does also
No,
very much care
you-
about his real father.
You can care about your father, and the whole point here is that it's not living in his shadow. He is literally stepping out of Kazuma's shadow and being like, nah, sack this Yakuza business.
I don't know. I think Kazuma kind of got what he would have wanted with Terada being in charge.
You think Kazuma wanted Kiryu to accept and retire?
Perhaps.
God, I hope not.
Part of the 40 chess.
It'll ruin it if it's part of the 30D chess. I like reading it that, no, at the end, Kiryu Kazuma finally chooses his own path. Now, we have Yakuza 2 ahead of us.
Oh, yeah.
So presumably he's going to be more Yakuza shenanigans.
Would you like to make any predictions for Yakuza 2? You know, what
How?
the fuck's
There's no
going
one.
on
There's
there?
no one still alive. Just to run through here.
Yeah, what is it
Sarah
again?
dead. Shimano dead. Dojima dead. Kazuma dead. Nishikiyama dead. Yumi dead. Mizaki, Yumi's unfortunate body double, dead. Jingu dead. That's who I've got as the kind of main deaths.
Yeah.
So, Yakuza 2, I believe that you already know all but 2 of the main
Tanaka,
players.
You have told us that Yakuza 2 is quite different. It's numerous protagonists.
No,
No? Damn it.
that doesn't come till later.
Do we play as Kiryu in Yakuza 2?
Yes. You play as Kiryu in every one of the games.
Haruka, is she a consistent character, or does she get chucked off to the orphanage next game?
She is a consistent character through the series. She is not inherently as present of a character as she was in 1.
Well, I guess here's hoping he sends her off somewhere safe, you know.
Okay.
But she is a character through the series.
It feels like
She is one of, if not the most important characters.
we've got quite a big time jump, presumably. Actually, there wouldn't need to be.
I don't think so.
I had a good time with this one.
I think it's
I
2-3 years between them.
I think that's 2 in a row where they've kind of at the 11th hour. There's been a bit of a new villain, which we've talked about already, which is kind of, maybe derailed it a little
I'm
bit.
so tired of the 12D chess concept appearing in the 11th hour.
I think that you will like 2 then.
Okay.
2 does not have a lot of 12D chess. It has a lot of 3D chess.
I'll take it. I'll take
Not a lot
3D
of
chess.
Considerably more reasonable chess. I'm not going to say it's chessless.
It's weird that it's not going to say it's chessless. It's weird for me because, Death Note, right? Death Note's just a weird comparison. But, Death Note is just 12D chess, the show. And I love that shit. I love it to my core. It just kind of, I think it bogs down the pacing of these big, grandiose moments sometimes with Yakuza. But we'll see how it goes on. It's also notable that this obviously was the first game. And I know that this is Kiwami, and I know that they've added things, and I know that they've refined things.
Imagine this again without any of that Majima shit and without any of the Nishiki flashbacks.
I think the Nishiki flashbacks...
And without Yakuza 0.
Yeah.
It's just such a weird... I can't picture what it must have been like back then playing it without that. Because I'm like, yeah, it wouldn't be a bad game, but I feel like I wouldn't be gone in for a second one if I'd played it like that.
I also don't think... you know what? This game makes me like Yakuza 0 less as well. Why is Yumi not in Yakuza 0? Because I thought, okay, it's fine because Yakuza 1 she appears and they go, oh, we're going to get lots of Yumi in this game. We don't. She's in that one scene at the bar. She has a birthday. We get a ring for her. Then she's gone for the entire game. And it's like, what's the deal with Yumi? And then she appears at the end for her death.
Oh, at her death scene, yeah.
And it's like, okay... Really feel like we could have built on this in Yakuza 0. Majima. Goro Majima.
Goro Majima.
Okay, Majima Everywhere is inspired. It is. It's fucking brilliant. I love everything about it. However, I still don't understand, and you made the comment earlier, still don't understand why he cares about Kiryu. I still don't understand what that relationship actually is. No, but you can't just say he loves him.
Yes, I can. I just did.
Because we have been, but what does he love about him?
In a more realistic sense, it's a weird one. If you look at it in more the context of the original game that does not include all the extra jokey Majima Everywhere stuff, it comes across a lot more like they are just two up-and-coming, well-respected members of the Yakuza, and that it's just kind of a mutual bond of respect.
Right.
Or rivalship, even.
But why? Why does he care so much about Kiryu and not Nishiki, for example?
Because Nishiki's not
not respected.
Nishiki's not respected.
Okay.
Kiryu is the biggest up-and-coming that's kind of on par with Majima.
Just feel like that is what Yakuza 0 should have explored. Again, and not to rail on Yakuza 0, but my enjoyment of 1 actually makes me see more holes in 0 that would have made both games more powerful, I think.
I think that if we had a Majima like this in 0, I wouldn't like 0.
I don't want a Majima Everywhere in 0. I want that relationship to be established in 0, which I'm still annoyed about from 0, and it's more.
We're not
obvious
going to
in
spend the last 2 minutes of this talking about Yakuza 0.
fine. Right. Majima Everywhere is inspired. I absolutely love it.
Sadly, it is the only time we get it. I wish.
But he's presumably a bigger player in the main plots of future games. Like, he's a captain.
Because he's not really a part of this plot, really. He's just...
When does he...
Is he in 2? Does he appear in 2?
He is in 2.
Weird.
I think he's in every game.
What a weird character.
I can't remember if he's in 3. I think he's in 3. He is in 2. Considerably more important in 4.
I think 2 is going to be interesting because I know Sorrel, right?
I love 2. Like, 2 is one of 2 is one of my S tiers. Like, this is like low A, high B tier.
The reading of Kiryu retiring as the chairman. Sorry, is that supposed to be him retiring from the Yakuza or just the role of chairman?
He is fully retired from the Yakuza.
Wow. Okay. So like, if 2 is presumably the story of Kiryu through shenanigans,
he's gone off to raise Haruka.
Oh yeah, she said let's go home at the end. So they live together.
Yeah.
Right.
He's gone off to raise his essentially adopted daughter.
Cute. Love this ending for that.
That's why I said it's a good end to the series. Here we go.
But if 2 is the story of him being dragged back into the Yakuza and presumably rejoining the Yakuza, I am fascinated to know what what event.
You know what he's got to do? He's got to go and make some pals now, because when we introduced, and I know again, we're talking about a prequel here, so you know the timeline of when they come up with things and why is slightly skewed. But obviously in this game, Nishiki dies, his best mate dies, but then also at the start of this game we introduce like a new friend, his top lieutenant, who's his new oh, he died too. So it's kind of like he doesn't have any mates anymore.
Well, he doesn't. He doesn't have any mates. He doesn't have any family aside from Majima, which again, Kiryu's not interested in that relationship.
Well, it's fine. Haruka's his mate.
Well, that's fine. If he wants to, spend all his time looking after his daughter, that's grand.
Oh,
But
besties.
like, Kiryu's gonna have to go to like parents' night and stuff. I would enjoy the shit out of that, watching him reestablish himself in like real day society. I don't know how much of a fun video game it would be, but it'd make a great lore dump story. Yeah, I'm bizarrely fascinated by what 2 has in store. I really hope that it's not the reason why the 2 exists is not contrived. That is currently my fear. The Kiryu getting dragged back to the world of Yakuza, and I especially hope that it's not Haruka fucking dies. Oh, no shit. Because if it is, I'm done.
I would not say it's contrived.
Okay.
I'd say that it makes a fair bit of sense why
No, that's fine.
he comes back.
Yeah, I just don't want it to be like he gets mugged one day. And it's like,
Thank you for taking us through that. Have you got any last bits?
Time. No.
No, you good?
Bye.
Bye.
No, yes.
Do we want a teaser for what's upcoming next?
Oh, I'd love a tease.
Oh yeah, I don't think did we do a tease at the end of the
No, you were too angry.
You were too angry. We had to calm you down.
Okay, yeah. Chase, you're gonna have to send over a wee clip of something from 2, but here is a little tease for Yakuza 2.
Oh my god. Kiryu, he's just a dad now.
I liked that Kiryu is taking up baking.
Yeah.
That's my favorite.
I think there is a baking minigame in one
Of course there is a baking minigame.
Kiryu joined the PTA.
Yes. With that,
Oh, there is one. It's in Ishin.
Oh, great. There's a baking minigame in Ishin.
Right, with that.
We're going to say goodbye.
Bye.
Chase, say goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.